What's going on, everyone? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Over here rushed and moving this morning. Over here rushed and moving this morning. Woo! All right, we got here though. I'm only 5 minutes late. It's pretty good for me. When you put it in perspective, it is pretty good. Okay. What's going on, Feisty, Tiki, Chester, VJ? How's everybody doing this morning? Alan, Mark, Taro. How you guys all doing this morning? Good morning, good morning. What's up, Ryan? Good morning, good morning. Look at that. Feisty starting off the live. We're barely getting this thing started. And Feisty's already in here with the 5 gifted. Big W's in the chat for Feisty with the 5 gifted to start off the live. Oh my goodness. We haven't got this thing moving. And you know who got one of those things? Dave the Train Guy. Big W's in the chat for Feisty, especially if you just got one of those. Chris, Rare, McKinsey, King DK, and Dave the Train Guy. Ryan, thank you so much for the trick or treat. Thank you so much, Feisty. I really, really appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Y'all are already on target. Y'all are already ready to go this morning. I can feel it. I could feel it before I even got on. That's the wild thing. Before I even got on, I was like, you know what? I feel like it's gonna be like a day. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we're getting into this thing today. You know, we've been on live for like 1 minute, and I'm already feeling it. I'm already ready to go. You know, maybe that's the coffee talking. I cannot confirm or deny that. All right. I don't think you, Sydney. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness, what's on my nose? Oh, it's going off my nose right now. Anyways, Ali, thank you so much. We also got Frost King in here with the $5 super chat to start the day. Digimon Story, Time Stranger, and Polly. It's a good morning. That does sound like a good morning, Frost King. That does sound like a good morning. Thank you so much for that $5 super chat to start out the day, too. I really, really appreciate you. Thank you so much, Frost King. Uh-oh, I'm seeing a lot of frogs. I'm seeing a lot of frogs in my chat, which means some people have been watching my videos. Okay. It means some people have been watching my videos. Okay. If you guys watched my video from this morning, which, first of all, you should do that. Okay. And you should definitely have notifications on for me. All right. So you know when I post new videos. But if you watched my newest video this morning, you'll know I barely escaped. Okay? I barely escaped. Okay, I almost didn't make it. All right. It was this close. All right. It was this close. It was a tight one. Yeah, it was tough. I barely escaped it. Okay, I barely escaped it. I'm pretty sure. Uh, I'm pretty sure it's the plague. All right, I'm pretty sure it's the plague. So that was a rough night for me last night. Barely getting out of there. All right. Antifa frogs, y'all. All right. That's in case you're curious. There's Antifa frogs. Okay. There are 100% Antifa frogs. Okay. They've taken a lot of Tylenol. All right. They are circumcised. Okay. So it just you never know what's gonna happen. Okay. You just never know if you're gonna be able to get out with your life, you know? triple threat. Circumcised, uh, Tylenol, Antifa frogs. This is what we're dealing with. Okay. So if you haven't watched my new video, go check it out. It's fun. I posted it this morning. So make sure you're going to check that out. I really appreciate you. Bake, thank you so much for the 250 joules to start out this morning, too. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Bake. I can't believe I survived either. Okay. It was clawing through. All right. Tara, thank you so much for the trick or treat. I was just clawing through. All right. I barely made it out. Why is my phone being all crazy this morning? Anyways, we're just getting this thing started, y'all. I'm very happy that y'all are here this morning. I'm happy I'm here this morning. All right. It's part of a very, 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 very busy weekend for me. Very, very busy weekend for me. So we're just trying to make it through. I'll be back on tomorrow morning. Before we even get started today, I'll be back on tomorrow morning around the same time tomorrow. I will have a strict cutoff of noon, though, for the Chargers game. All right. Very, very strict cutoff of noon for the Chargers game tomorrow. And then I think Monday, I'm going to try to get on at the exact same time again. Yeah, I think I'm going to try to go for an early one on Monday also. Okay, because I am off work for the holiday. So, yeah, that's what it looks like for next week or for this weekend. So make sure you're tuned in. Make sure you're hitting that follow button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And make sure those notifications are on so you know when I'm posting new content, like my daring escape from Portland yesterday. Okay. And you know when I'm going live. All right. Make sure you're doing all of those things. So I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. And again, good morning to everyone. Good morning to everyone. Oh, all right. Headsets on. Now it's about business. All right. Now it's about business. I did enjoy that. I did definitely enjoy watching the Eagles lose, by the way. Normally I don't care about the Eagles, but it made me feel better about the Chargers lost to the Giants after. Watching that happen. Oh no. Oh, I don't have anything up here. Goodness gracious. Oh, lovely goddess. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Thank you so much. She said, did you get the video from the Mexican American house cleaner in Portland yet? No. I have not gotten any videos from her. Okay. I'm sure it's probably because she's just, walking around getting attacked. Yeah. Now, granted, to be completely honest with you, I also didn't look for it. I didn't look for it at all. All right. I actually forgot all about it because there's like I said, I've been doing this for like quite a long time. Do you know how many videos I've been promised? Okay. How much proof I've been promised? Like, as soon as we get off screen, I'm gonna send you this undeniable proof that this happened. Happens all the time. And no one ever sends it to me. Okay. So I just kind of honestly just kind of stopped looking. Yeah, I'm not gonna jump on my inbox and be like, oh, I'm gonna like, oh, this is a big concentration to me to find out if this lady who was obviously lying is telling the truth. Like, I need to verify these allegations that are not even close to true and have no basis in reality. Yeah, I just didn't think about that. Thank you so much, lovely goddess, for the super chat, though. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate that. Yeah, I really like. Yeah, I really don't. I forget. Yeah, and now that you've reminded me of it, I'm still not gonna go look. To be completely honest with you. Yeah, I will probably forget about this before like I get through with the first caller that I have today. I will probably forget that that's how insignificant that person was to my life, that I've almost already forgotten that you said it. All right. Well, we're gonna start getting to some guests very, very soon, so I really, really appreciate y'all. And we're gonna get this thing started, so I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Yeah. Forget what? Oh, sorry. Somebody told me how they were just being attacked in broad daylight by Antifa all day long. Just every time they go to work, it's just constant Antifa like assault in Portland, and she said she was going to provide me with proof of it. So, yeah. Something like that. I don't know. It was very it was very not exciting. So something that really didn't mean much of anything. Something that didn't mean much of anything. Yeah, still no proof. I'm still waiting. I'm sitting here just waiting. All right. I'm waiting. Someone's like, you never looked so. Okay. Let's play out. I want to play out this comment. Okay. I want to play out this comment real quick before I move on to a guest. All right. Let's see. It says you never looked so okay. So let's play out this comment real quick. Let's say that she had sent me a video. Okay. Let's say that she had sent me a video of her just being attacked. All right. Which would be horrific. All right. How would I possibly know, all right, if they're Antifa? Okay. How would I know who they are? Would they have to show their Antifa membership card? Maybe that's what she'd have. She'd have like their faces up, like from outside of her car. She'd have their faces up, and then they would flash their Antifa membership card, right? And then it said certified member Antifa. I'm assuming that's what it says. I've never seen one, right? And then they'd have to flash that against their name tag that said like John, and then like underneath it, it says like Antifa, right? Like it'd say John from Antifa right underneath it. Okay. Guys, Antifa's not a group. You guys need to get that into your heads. Antifa is not a group. Okay? By the way, can we also be very clear before I move on to the next caller? Donald Trump and his administration just held a whole thing saying like pretty much their biggest enemy is Antifa. Their biggest enemy is the people who are anti-fascist. What does that tell you about the Trump administration? If your biggest enemy is the people who are against fascism, then what does that make you? If the people that you are most scared of, okay, if the people that you are most scared of are the people who don't like fascists, this kind of reminds me of this whole like this kind of reminds me of this whole like I deserve the Nobel Peace Prize, but also I changed the Department of Defense to Department of War. Like, some things just don't make too much sense. All right? Some things just don't make too much sense. I'm the president of peace, and I deserve a Nobel Peace Prize, but I switched it to the Department of War and started blowing up boats. Also bombed Iran. See, they don't make too much sense. I don't like the people who say they're against fascism and they're my biggest enemy. What does that make me? Oh, a fascist. Because the only people that would be against people who are anti-fascist is fascists. Mind blown. Mind blown. Jess, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Said, bro, didn't know they all wear hats that say Antifa. I tried applying online and I can't seem to find their website. Yeah, I tried to send in my application like through snail mail. Funny enough, having a really hard time finding an address for them. So if anybody has Antifa's address, I'd love to see it. Okay, that'd be great. Thank you so much, Jess. And Jeffrey, thank you so much for the $2. Said their biggest enemy is facts, education, and reality, and Antifa. and also Antifa. Don't forget about that. Thank you so much, Jeffrey. I appreciate that. And Bake, thank you so much for the 250 jewels. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Also, apparently, Tylenol and circumcisions. We can't forget those two. All right, phone lines are open. Let's get this thing started. Really appreciate you guys. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Please make sure you hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. We do this every day, but Fridays, we are going to be here for probably about the next 2 hours, 2.5 hours, something like that. So make sure you hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. If you'd like to support the live again, I do have super chats open. I like to talk about those in between callers and have some fun. So I really, really appreciate you on that. Okay. Yeah, I think that's it. I love you guys. All right. Well, we're waiting for the phone lines ringing. While we're doing that, let's see if we can let's see who we got in here. Oh, yeah, hold on. We got this person in here. Hold on. Hey.
Bro, what's next? You're gonna be mad after the bill he passed, the BOFA bill?
Sir, I said hey. When you get on here, you say
Are you gonna
hello.
be so are you mad after the BOFA bill?
Hello for the final time.
What's up?
Hi, how are you this morning?
I'm doing better than you.
All right, awesome. Remember last time you were up here and I told you I didn't want to talk to you? Yeah,
Remember
go
last time I
away.
told
All right, cool. Hello, how are you?
Hello. How you doing?
I'm
Good
doing
morning.
great. How old are you?
I am 25.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
Not really, but I did have a genuine pressing question that I needed to ask you.
You got to make it real quick. What's up?
Yes, sir. What do you feel about China saying that they want to? They're only concerned for any war internationally with anybody is not even within their own like 11 borders. It's only on like they're only preparing for war with America.
Yeah, why would they be concerned about their borders? Nobody on their borders has the ability to hurt them.
I mean, yeah, I hear what you're saying, but in war when you got other countries that also want to get up on your spot, and then you're only focused on one, it kind of leaves you a bit like not
Sir,
unprepared. But
have you read the National Defense Strategy?
no, I have not.
Okay, the National Defense Strategy, we have the National Military Strategy. There's all these different strategies that come through with the United States government. Who is the number one threat that we're worried about in the United States?
Well, would that be China or is it Russia?
It is China. You know who number two is?
Russia?
Wrong. It's also China.
Korea?
Right. It's China. Number three, also China. We are only and completely concerned about China. Okay. That's it.
Okay.
Just China. We're not super concerned about Mexico and Canada, even though they're on our borders. Okay. Because our biggest threat is China. And China's the exact same way. China, is on the other side of the world going, we're not worried about these countries on our border because they're not a threat to us. We're worried about the United States because they are a threat to us. And so the way we feel and the way they feel is pretty much the same way.
Got you.
Yeah.
So basically, you feel that not you feel, but from what I'm gathering from what you're saying and from the things that I've read, is basically like there is a possibility, but for the most part, it would be a stalemate type thing. If you were to put this on like a chessboard, it would be a stalemate type of thing between America and China.
Right now, yeah, they'd be what's called our pacing threat, right? They'd be what's considered like the one country in the world that would actually like, just one-on-one be able to possibly beat us, right?
Right.
Russia doesn't have that ability right now, not even close.
Okay,
They're
so
not
when
even
it
in the
comes to
ballpark.
like the shit, some with North Korea and China, shit, I forgot it. But thank you so much. You enlightened me enough for now.
No problem, man. Have a good one.
Thank you. You too.
All right, we're gonna open up these phone lines, keep this thing going. Yeah, sorry, like Russia was our big concern 50 years ago. I'm pretty sure Russia showed their might when they attacked Ukraine, and they showed their hand, and their hand was not great. So, hello, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing wonderful. How are you?
I'm doing great. How old are you?
I am 29.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
Yes, I do.
Awesome. What's on your mind?
So one of the reasons why I support Trump, or I guess a bunch of reasons, so I'll just bullet point them for you. I tried to enter the stock market the other week because I came into some money. Absolutely impossible. Record highs all around. I have to wait until April or March for even an opportunity to get into this. If you look at the economy of California, that's bullet point number one. If you look at the economy of California, you'll see that there are cities across the entire state that have been propped up by immigrants for the past 15 years. They're all starting to fail. And because of that, rent prices in California are dropping at an alarming rate.
Okay.
So far,
I truly don't need the theatrics. Okay. This is not Broadway. All right. This is not your weekend improv class. Okay.
Oh, we were having a discussion.
No, we're not having a discussion. Okay. You're the most astonishing rates. The rent prices
can I
were
finish then?
falling
I'll cut the theatrics
from the sky. They came down and fell to the ground like the leaves of autumn. Like I don't need all that. First of all, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? You can't get into the stock market, bro. You can literally go on fucking Robinhood right now and buy stocks.
Dude, there's no point
and
in
be
it's
into
record highs. There's no point in doing it.
Sir, there was
If you
record
don't see
highs
the
all
point
the
in
way
that
through the
statement,
hey.
I'm sorry.
There was record highs.
Anyways, to go
Hey,
on with my point,
no, you're not going
I
on with
love
your
that
point.
we're
It's your
cracking
time to
down
be
on the
quiet.
border. I
It's
love
your
the ICE
all right. Well, I'm
arresting
muting you
people.
now, so no one can hear you. All right. So when you decide to grow up, let me know. All right. So stock markets were at record highs through the Biden administration. Stock markets were at record high through the Trump administration's first term before COVID. Stock market prices were at that record high under the Obama administration. Stock markets are always at record highs. Okay, that's not a Trump thing. Okay, the stock market just constantly is going up. It went super down during COVID, and then went super down, in 2008. But we did just see huge drops in the stock market yesterday after Donald Trump announced another 100% tariff on China, and then the S&P 500 dropped by like 3 or 4% just like in like one night, and going down. The same reaction it had last time Donald Trump, affected tariffs on China, right? Where we saw the stock market go down. So I don't know what you're talking about being able to get into the stock market. You can easily get into the stock market. All right. I don't know what you're talking about. Second of all, Trump has nothing to do with the economy of California, or against Trump has nothing to do with the economy of California. California is the 4th largest economy on the planet. Okay. They have record high GDP. They have insanely good numbers all the way across the board. So I don't know what you're whining about with California.
All right, you done? Am I unmuted now? Can I talk? Hello? I'm still muted, dog. Hello?
Hi.
Okay, perfect.
Maybe you're confused on how conversations work. Okay, let me give you a tip. Let me give you a tip. Okay, no, I'll just help you out. All right, like usually we learn this in kindergarten, but no, usually we learn this in kindergarten. So I'm just gonna help you. All right, well, I'm about to mute you again. You're about to get muted again.
You're doing it again.
All right, there you go. You're getting muted again. All right, so this is how conversations work. When I'm talking, you're not, and when you're talking, I'm not. Okay. See, you seem to only want to talk when I'm talking. Oh, he hung up. Oh, well. Yeah, I'm not going to sit here and have a screaming match with you, sweetheart. All right? Go get some coffee. Wake up. Enjoy your day. All right? Yeah, I wanted to address his rent falling from the sky like the rains from Thor. The rent prices in California are falling like the tears of Hades. I wanted to address that, but anyways. Hello, how are you?
How you doing?
Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you this morning?
I'm doing great. Are you I'm hoping, am I live right now?
You are? How old are you?
Oh, okay. I'm 39.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
Yeah, I actually do.
Awesome. Hey, y'all, please make sure you hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I really, really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. And turn on those notifications. What was it ready? Oh, Graceful, thank you so much.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Graceful, thank you so much for becoming a super fan. I really, really appreciate you. Thank you so much. All right, so what's on your mind?
No, I just want to thank you for allowing me to call you first. And I really appreciate your work. But I do support Trump, and I just want to know, like, what is it that you What is on your mind initially that makes you upset about Trump?
I'm not upset about Trump.
Oh, you're not?
What I'd be upset
So
about?
I don't know. I mean, I believe you just think he's not the right president, or I don't know. I mean, I'm
No,
trying
he's
to
not a
understand your
good
point of view.
president.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, I
no,
mean,
he's
between him and
he's not a good
between
president.
him and Biden, he's not a good president. Okay. I mean, between him and Biden, I mean, would you say Biden was a better president than him?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
I mean, Biden was barely even there.
Donald Trump's barely even here.
Donald Trump is very much around.
Donald Trump
mean-
literally was just on television holding blank papers, calling it a trade deal that he just signed. Donald
I mean,
Donald
he
Donald
also
Trump
worked out-
Donald Trump is pronouncing words on television phonetically like a kindergartner.
I mean, he also,
did you know circumcision causes autism?
nah, I wasn't aware of that.
Oh, yeah, I wasn't either. But the Trump administration just let us know that. So
Really?
yeah, it's
Was
pretty.
that live or
Huh?
was that live?
Yeah, it was like yesterday, dude.
Oh, really? Oh, on what outlet?
Hmm?
On what outlet?
It was live. It was RFK Jr. on stage.
Oh, really? Okay, I'll look that up later. I mean, I'm not gonna say yes or no, but I do believe circumcision is not gonna give someone autism.
Yeah.
I mean, don't think that.
Do you believe that like we should, like, if a hurricane is coming, we should like send a nuke and like nuke it?
No, why would I do that?
Because Donald Trump said that that's what we should do. Do you believe that that those sound from windmills causes cancer in whales?
No, I don't believe that. Either.
Donald Trump said that also. Did you know that we were bombing airports in the Revolutionary War like 150 years before the invention of the airplane? We were airstriking them.
I mean, when was this said?
Oh, all three of those were in Donald Trump's first term. We're not even at the second term yet. Okay, and the crazy shit he says like this with Tylenol causing autism, or
I mean, I do believe that. I do believe
that Tylenol causes autism.
Yeah.
You do realize that autism came 50 years before Tylenol, right?
I'm sure genetics played into effect too, but I also believe that Tylenol is playing some. I mean, have you not noticed the increase in autism over the years, over the decades?
Yes, because we have a difference of diagnoses when it comes to autism in this country. We've changed the criteria. See, there's been a lot of different ways. Like we've had changes in medical advancement, right? There was things that, back in our day when we called it like Asperger's, right? And now we're just realizing, hey, there's a spectrum to these type of things, and we need to have more diagnosis of what is actually, part of it, right? So it's not really like so much of an increase in autism as much as it's an increase in the rate in which we diagnose it.
I mean, I feel like that's kind of a subjective statement.
Well, I mean, you do realize that we've also had like an increase over time in cancer, right? Diagnoses, right? Do you think that that's because we have more cancer, or do you think that's because we figured out how to diagnose cancer easier?
I think it's because we ingested stuff that doesn't belong in our body.
Sir, you don't understand that 100 years ago, okay, we did not have the medical technology in order to diagnose cancer the same way that we do now. So like if you like 100 years ago, okay, if you had like breast cancer, for example, right?
Yeah.
You probably died before they figured out that you had it. Okay, if they ever figured out that you had it, probably once you died, they just said natural causes and then they just buried you, and then we went on with our day, right? Now, there's actual tests for it. We have recommended times in which hey, you should get tested for this after this age, right? And we have a better technology in order to do it. So now we have more testing, so it comes up.
I believe you could be correct. I mean, I haven't thoroughly researched this field, so I'm not going to make a statement or an argument towards it. But I also believe that, I mean, in our country, we've been ingesting a lot of stuff that we shouldn't have been ingesting or digesting.
I agree with you on that.
Would you disagree? Okay, so I mean, like back then,
but those two things have nothing to do with each other, sir.
I mean, you're right. Like I said, I haven't had enough research to give you a credible statement back or whatever you could say. I mean, I do believe that, like, the stuff that we are, the medication, some of the food that we take is probably affecting pregnancy or affecting our genetics. That's just me personally. I mean, I had no scientific proof behind it.
Well, sir, unfortunately, there is a shit ton of scientific proof out there, though. Like, I mean, like, it's totally cool for it's totally cool for you to just like believe something. Like, personally, I believe in the flying spaghetti monster, right? And I believe that he's up in the sky. You know, then he's gonna come down and bless us with ragu and parmesan, right? Like, I can personally believe that, but I don't actually have any proof for it, right? So there's a big difference in between. But what I'm saying, sir, it's a big difference in between when I just want to believe in the flying spaghetti monster, all right, and scientific proof that is being propagated by a presidential administration, right? The presidential administration shouldn't be spreading information that has no proof to it whatsoever.
Okay.
Because people have a trust saying, hey, if the president of the United States, if the head of, Health and Human Services, right, if they're coming out and saying that this is true, okay, then they have a better chance of that they might believe it just on face value without doing any of the research. That's why that's so dangerous. If RFK just wants to believe it and sit in his home and, I don't know, yell about circumcisions causing autism, then he is an American citizen. He can sit at home and think that. But when he gets on stage and says it like it's written in the Bible or some shit, then there's a problem.
Okay. So, man, I had a good point to get to you. I forgot about it. But
it's all good, man.
Hey, I mean,
so anyways, we can get back on track. Okay. Donald Trump, okay, is that you got everybody said Biden wasn't here because he couldn't walk straight. I just watched Donald Trump not be able to walk straight. He just literally went to go meet Putin.
But,
hold on. Just hold real quick, and I swear I'll let you respond. Okay. Donald Trump couldn't walk down the red carpet. He was going left and right all over the place. Okay. They said Biden couldn't even walk up the stairs. I watched Donald Trump trip walking up the stairs just like Biden did. All I'm saying, and I'm not saying that Biden at the end, okay, probably shouldn't have been president. All right. He was starting to lose it towards the end there. I think the debate proved that. I think we can all see that, right?
Agree on that.
Yeah, we can all see that. Okay. It just is really funny. All right. That all of the things that you guys said Donald Trump that Biden couldn't do because he had lost his mind. All right. Donald Trump is doing all of those exact same things. And you guys are saying for some reason it's better. And it's just disingenuous.
How's that disingenuous? Dude, everywhere you saw Biden, he struggled to walk. He had people helping him walk. Is anybody helping Donald Trump walk? He might have slipped, tripped. Anybody slips and trips. But Biden needed assistance walking.
Sir,
you saw him on the debate stage.
Sir, you know who else? Know who else needed help walking?
Who?
Yeah, Roosevelt when he was in a wheelchair.
Okay.
Yeah, largely considered one of the best presidents we've had in the history of the United States.
Okay.
Sir, walking is not a sir.
You saw him on debate, sir.
Sir.
Okay,
you're talking about the last few months. Okay. And I already agreed with you. Okay. In the last part of his presidency. Okay. He was obviously starting to have some decline in the last 6 months or so. I agree with you. It happened. Okay. Well, the last 6 months, we'll say last 9 months.
Well,
last 6 months. Okay.
You would have voted for Biden if they would have kept Biden on the ticket. Would you not have?
Over Trump? Yes. Over anyone else? No.
You would have voted for Biden. Over Trump.
Over Trump, yes. Over anyone else, no.
See, you knew he struggled to even have him, his mind was all over.
Yeah, I don't think he should have been president. Yeah, I don't think he should have been president.
Would have still voted for Biden over Trump.
Sir. First of all, I don't know why you're yelling. Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm just
this is kind of crazy that you're yelling, sir. Joe Biden should not have. Joe Biden should not have been president a second term. Okay. I do not believe in any way, shape, or form. Okay, that Joe Biden should have been president a second term. Okay. The difference between Joe Biden not being all cognitively there to be president, and Donald Trump okay, who is a literal fascist, okay, is a big difference. And I would much rather have, okay, somebody who's not all cognitively there than someone who's a fascist. Okay, like
Okay.
because Joe Biden, okay, while he like I don't know, probably wouldn't have like freaking done much. He maybe would have just like sat in the Oval Office and drooled on himself. Okay, Joe Biden.
Okay.
That's probably what Joe Biden would have done. That would have been more like that would have been better for the United States than what Donald Trump is doing right now. I would rather have an
So-
ineffective president than what is going on right now.
So Trump was able to broker a peace deal with Israel and Hamas
Okay,
recently. I mean, do you think Biden could have done that?
I don't know.
You don't know. Okay. I mean, do you not? I mean, this has been a 2-year war that has been going on, and Hamas is finally willing to release the hostages.
He's also deploying the fucking American National Guard,
Whoa, whoa.
California National Guard.
Are you moving
Hold
the
on, hold on,
goalposts?
sir. He's
You're
no,
moving
no,
the
sir,
goalposts.
sir. I'm saying what Donald Trump is doing is fascist, and that's dangerous for the United States. What you're
Okay.
trying to do is pick out one thing that he did that
No,
I
no,
agree.
no.
Hold, sir, calm down. Like, go
It's
see
not
someone,
because
get some
I'm
pills
trying
or
to be
something.
respectful.
Okay,
What?
chill. All
All
right.
right.
Jesus Christ. What I'm saying is am I happy that there is now a, at least a temporary ceasefire that's going on in between Israel and the Palestinians? Absolutely. Do I think that that's a good thing? Absolutely. Do I think that the Trump administration had something that that helped that situation? Absolutely. Okay? Do I think that that was a good job that he did? I do. Okay? But just because you
All right.
do one good thing, okay? Doesn't mean that all the nasty shit that you're doing, all the horrific things, all the anti-constitutional things, all the inhumane things go away. You want to pick out one good thing that he did, okay? And ignore all the shitty stuff, right?
I'm not
like,
ignoring
like
shit.
I'm sure
ignoring something.
I'm sure at some point like Hitler gave some money to the poor, okay? But I don't think that's what we should be concentrated on.
Okay. All right. So you call him a fascist. You know what fascism is, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. What is exactly fascism?
Are you asking because you don't know, or are you asking because?
No, I'm asking because I think you're just accusing him of something
All
that
right.
he's
Well,
not.
then what is fascism, sir? If I'm accusing him of something he's not.
Fascism-
Mhm.
Okay. It's silencing a political opponent.
Incorrect.
Incorrect. Okay. Silencing people
Wrong.
with different views.
Sir, if
Wrong?
if you're starting with silencing anyone, you're already wrong and don't understand what fascism is.
I mean, I'm using silence as in more broader view. Like you're trying to stop your opponent or your opposition from making a statement, spreading their ideas, anything just to prevent
Okay.
them and from circumventing their own views.
Maybe I can explain this to you a little bit different, okay? Is vocal political opposition to Vladimir Putin allowed in Russia?
No.
Okay, are they fascist?
Yes.
No, they're not.
They're not.
No. Okay.
I mean, let me
They're
teach you
they're
something.
authoritarian,
Okay,
they're
how-
totalitarian, they're not fascist. Okay?
Okay.
Let me give you another
So let me
example,
say,
okay?
Can you use China as an example?
Sure, we can use China as an example. What
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know you're not allowed to speak against anything? You're not allowed to say anything negative about the government.
Correct.
All right. Do you know what happens if you did say something about?
Oh,
the
probably some really bad shit.
government? I mean, what do you think would happen?
I mean, depending on what it is and who you are, I assume there's probably jail time and all sorts of
No.
other things.
It's anybody. If you're a political figure, if you're a normal.
Sir, what is it?
citizen.
What's your point?
My point is, fascism. You jail your opponent.
China's not
Or
fascist.
execute them. Are you kidding me?
China's not fascist.
I'm
Neither is
Chinese,
North
and
Korean.
You're telling me, I'm Chinese, and you're trying to.
I
tell me
don't care if
China
you're
is not-
Chinese, sir. You being
Okay.
Chinese doesn't mean that you have an understanding of
you
fascism.
mean to tell me that's not fascism?
Correct. That's totalitarianism.
That's totalitarianism.
Mhm.
So you calling a Trump a fascist? What is an example of fascism?
Okay, so it's extreme ultranationalism, all right, that has 14 tenets that are described within. I can pull up the 14 tenets if you like.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, sure. Mhm. Yeah. See, for some reason, people think that like fascism is just like, oh, you're silencing your political opposition. That's not what fascism is, okay? Now, that could be a part of fascism, all right? But it's not that, right? Just because of that. Powerful and continuing nationalism, disdain for the recognition of human rights, identification of enemy scapegoats as unifying causes, supremacy of the military, rampant sexism, controlled mass media, obsession with national security, religion and government are intertwined, corporate power is protected, labor power is suppressed, disdain for intellectuals and the arts, obsessed with crime and punishment, rampant cronyism and corruption, and fraudulent elections. Donald Trump meets every single one of those.
Meets every single one of them.
Yep.
He controls the media? He controls the media?
He's attempting to control the media, yeah.
Please, dude.
Did he not just have Kimmel removed off of television for saying things he didn't like? Did he not have Colbert kicked off of television for trying to get people kicked off? Did he not?
Very big, fucking bold statement to make. He didn't remove it. ABC removed him.
Yes, after the federal government threatened them.
Threatened them with what?
Threatened them to have. They literally said you should have Kimmel removed. We can do this either the easy way or the hard way. Like literally, like a mob boss.
That's a very subjective statement.
That is not subjective at all.
Yes.
Did you not see what Brendan Carr said to ABC?
What did he say?
I asked you if you saw it.
No, I didn't see
Well,
it.
sir,
Because you know what?
Sir, if you didn't see it, sir,
is.
if you didn't see it, then
They
how are you?
removed him because of misinformation.
Sir, if you didn't see it, then how are you saying it's broad?
Broad? What do you mean? I say
You're
broad.
saying it's a broad statement. You're saying it that like it's not.
Bold
When
statement.
the federal community,
personally,
dude, you really got to calm down. When Federal Communications Commissioner Chair Brendan Carr, sir, if you,
made ABC remove
sir, if the federal government is specifically and purposefully threatening a news agency that is attempting to control the media, okay? You don't seem to understand. The fascist part is the threat, okay? Whether it's removed or not, whether he's removed or not, doesn't change the problem. It's a violation of the First Amendment, a very, very blatant one. All right? Just the threat. He doesn't even have to be removed. Okay? The threat alone is fascist. The threat alone is a violation of the First Amendment.
Look, Jimmy Kimmel Show was removed because of misleading information.
Sir, you didn't hear what I said. It has nothing to do with his removal or non-removal. The threat is the problem. The threat is the issue.
They failed to follow guidelines for the SEC. You know that, right?
You're not even listening.
Misinformation. I'm not arguing about it. I'm just letting you know facts. You're aware of these facts.
Who's Brendan Carr?
I don't care. It doesn't matter.
You don't care.
They broke the rules. They broke the rules.
What rule did they break?
They paid for it.
What rule did they break?
Okay, Jimmy Kimmel Show was on a channel that is free and that can be watched by everybody, and they are not allowed to give out misinformation.
What misinformation did they give out?
He said that the shooter of Charlie Kirk was a conservative right winger.
He made a joke about it and freaking. What are you talking about?
Exactly
did you actually ever?
happened,
He did not say that. First of all, he did not say that. Okay. First of all, he did not say that. No. Second of all, he did come from a conservative family, and we knew that at the time. And he went.
And that guy had a furry trans girlfriend or boyfriend. I don't remember the exact gender.
What does that have to do with anything?
What does that do with anything? He was a left-leaning extremist.
Okay, he was a mentally disturbed person. Okay, but regardless of any of that, sir, Fox News does misinformation every single fucking day. Okay, wow. And nobody checks them on it or whatever. Actually, they've been sued multiple times. I'm
sure they do.
Yeah.
I mean, MSNBC gives out misinformation all the time. But
no, they don't. But
because his
no, they don't. Shit. Okay, but
and if someone's such a fascist, Jimmy Kimmel will be locked up for what he said.
No, sir, you're just talking about the end of fascism, not the beginning.
I mean, it's anywhere.
See here,
plenty saying people can
Dude,
take it
you
off.
scream so much. Be quiet,
Talk
dude.
really loud. I'm
Jesus
far away.
Christ.
I'm far
Okay.
away.
For some reason, people
Oh,
think
what
that
a
like
douchebag.
fascism just starts like one day you wake up and then all of a sudden Treblinka is like exists. Okay. That's not what fascism is. Okay. All right. There is steps. There is movement. There is one to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next. Okay. You don't just start day one and start jailing people who say things you don't like. All right. That's not what it is. Okay. It starts, okay, with the president of the United States having people removed for talking, for saying things they don't like. He threatened Colbert.
Yeah, I mean,
Hold
Donald
on,
Trump
hold
does
on,
that
sir,
all the
sir,
time.
sir. Colbert got threatened, got removed. All right. Then they threatened ABC about Kimmel, and then he got removed. Then immediately after that, okay, Donald Trump immediately started threatening Seth Meyers and Jimmy Fallon, trying to have them removed also. Why? Because they were saying things that he didn't like. Okay? That is the United States government trying to control the media, trying to control what is said, trying to suppress thought that is in opposition to them. That is what that is.
If you say so, man. Because the media has been against Trump since day one.
What's up?
Since day one. The media has been against Trump since
No,
day
sir.
one.
The media
Yes.
just tried to
MSNBC,
fucking tell the truth,
ABC.
and that's apparently against
No.
Trump.
To tell the truth, bro, they lie so much and they get
You're
caught
right.
in it. And then Trump's calling on fake news. At first, people didn't even believe him. And then when you actually run the clips of all their bullshit, people then realize, wow, they're lying. They're obviously lying. I'm sorry, dude. I'm partly deaf and I speak really loud.
Yeah, you just need to get your emotions in check. I'm pretty sure that's all it is. But
No,
you know who I do?
absolutely.
You do know. I do know who did actually lie, right? Who actually did lie, and that's Fox News when they were sued for lying about a election fraud, and they actually lost that election. And they've been sued multiple times for lying, and they've lost literally all of them. They literally get sued consistently for lying and all that sort of stuff. And it is funny, the one that is consistently getting sued for lying and losing is the one that supports Trump the most.
I mean, it's
So-
the only right wing news media. I mean, all the other ones are left wing.
All the other ones are left leaning. See, that shows that you don't know what you're talking
Yeah.
about there.
It shows where your bias lies.
And yes, it does show where my biases lie.
Yeah,
Yeah, in the
So, I
center
mean-
where they should be.
you're not in the center.
Yours,
dude.
no. I'm not in the center,
If you're in
but
the-
my
you're not in the
biases
center?
are.
No bullshit. Dude.
Yeah. See, I can understand
You
that
see-
Fox
you
News is
said-
on the
you
right.
said-
I can understand that
You
Fox
said you
News
would
is.
still vote for Biden over Trump.
Sir,
Even-
I would
even
vote.
given the circumstances.
I would vote for my Australian Shepherd over Trump. Okay?
I know.
Because I know that my Australian Shepherd won't try to institute authoritarianism and fascism into the United States. Okay?
Sure.
Like
Sure.
I would vote for Joe Biden's corpse. Okay? Over Donald
Yeah.
Trump. All right?
Yeah.
I would vote to just no longer have a president. Okay? That would
Okay.
also be preferable. If we just stopped having a president, that's also preferable to me. Okay?
And allow government just to run all over us?
You mean like what they're doing right now?
No, they're not doing that right now.
They're literally taking the US military and deploying them against cities that Donald Trump doesn't like. That's literally what's happening right now.
No, they're taking military and aiding the ICE agents that cannot get anything done because local
Gotcha.
police departments
So-
refuse to help them.
So they're
when getting
aiding.
surrounded and mobbed.
So they're
by
aiding the other
Antifa.
government officials that are trying to suppress us. Copy.
Bro, dude, I don't
Yeah,
feel
mate.
suppressed. If
Gotcha.
you feel suppressed, I mean, you could move to another country, dude.
Why? I like my country.
You do? You like America?
I love my
You
country.
feel suppressed?
Huh? No, I said the government is
You-
trying to suppress us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there is a difference between I'm suppressed and the government is trying to suppress us. Those are two very different things.
I mean, you know why they were sending the military out there, right?
To attack the frogs.
Dude,
Yeah.
I'm trying to have a legitimate conversation with you.
So am I.
You're
They were
taking
literally
this as a
attacking the
joke.
frogs.
Sure. I guess
Yeah.
they're attacking frogs.
Yeah. You haven't seen it? You should go watch the video I posted this morning, okay? In Portland where they were
Okay.
attacking the frogs. Y'all, please make sure you hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I really, really appreciate you. We do this every single day, but Fridays. So I really appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much for being here. Caller, I'm going to move on. You should
All right, go ahead, man. You take
hire
care.
a
Thank
therapist.
you.
Okay, man?
Thank you for having me.
Yeah,
I really
man.
appreciate it.
All right, you
God
too.
bless.
Bye. Hail Satan. Anyways, all right. Make sure you hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Again, we do this every single day. I appreciate that. We're gonna run through a couple super chats and then move on to the next caller. Frost King says this guy doesn't even watch the news. You're right, I don't. Jess says Trump clutches that lectern like it's the Titanic sinking in the freezing ocean. So yes, someone is holding him up. Yeah, the lectern. 100%. Thank you, Jess. I appreciate that. Megan says, why is the caller crashing on the election that happened almost a year ago with a candidate that didn't end up on the ballot? I don't know. He is crashing about a lot of things. All right. He was crashing about a lot of things. Gene, thank you so much. Said, what do you think about the announced building of a Qatar Air Force base in Idaho? It's actually not the building of a Qatari Air Force base. It's actually the addition of the Qataris into an American Air Force base in Idaho. And seems like a little quid pro quo-y to me, but you know, it is what it is. But thank you so much, Gene. Lovey God said, my God, give Tyler some Tylenol. Give me some Tylenol. Give me some Tylenol. I'm the one who needs it. And CJ, thank you so much. Being this loud, angry, and ignorant this early in the morning is absolutely insane. Go get some coffee and touch some grass, sir. Amen to that. Amen to that. 100%. Thank you so much, CJ. And Betty said, Color got his debate skills by watching babies cry. Thank you so much, Betty. And Angie, thank you so much. Said, if a caller needs a therapist, I'm here. I also have Kayla in the chat. I'm sure, I don't know if she's here or not today, but Kayla's my other therapist in the chat. So if you need a therapist, hit him up. All right. And NYT says, in Portland here, we certainly aren't burning to the ground. It's the frogs are getting to you. All right. That's what it is. It's the frogs. Don't they probably carry some type of disease or something. That's why you don't realize that it's happening. All right. Phone lines are back open, y'all. I appreciate you. Yeah, it's probably all those frogs. And I think I saw a unicorn too. That's probably why you don't even know that they're coming, that you're not burning to the ground. You don't even know it. Hello, how are you?
I'm doing well. You?
I'm doing great. How old are you?
I am 42.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
I do.
Awesome. What's on your mind?
Well, I wanted to answer your question. You're going to ask me why I support Trump. Is that what that says on your background there?
Yeah. Why do you still support him?
Because he's the president of the United States.
So what?
What do you mean, so what?
I mean, so what? What does him being the president of the United States have to do with anything?
He's the elected official of the United States of America.
He is a public servant whose job is to serve the people, which he's doing a bad job at.
Really? How
Yes.
so? But really, let me answer my question that you had. You had for me. You had a question on why I still support Trump. No.
Well, you just answered it by saying because he's the president. So that's why I was responding to it.
Did you want me to elaborate?
If you'd like to.
There's no virtue in what you're doing right now.
I don't care what you think about it.
There's no honor in what you're doing right now.
Sir, there's no honor in supporting a president just because he's the president. It's actually one of the most unpatriotic things you can do.
Elaborate on that. Tell the people what you really mean.
Tell the people what I mean. I'm talking to you. I'm not talking to the people. I'm talking to you. Can you not?
Well, then tell me what you really
can
mean.
you not handle that?
Tell me what you mean.
All right, sure. I will gladly tell you what I mean. 1 second.
And I also have a follow-up question too before you hang up on me.
All right, this is what I mean. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, right here. And this, are you familiar with Teddy Roosevelt?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Are you familiar with Teddy Roosevelt?
I certainly am.
All right, President of the United States, great one.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a quote from him. The president is merely the most important among a large number of public servants. He should be supported or opposed exactly to the degree which is warranted by his good conduct or bad conduct, his efficiency or inefficiency in rendering loyal, able, and disinterested service to the nation as a whole. Therefore, it is absolutely necessary that there should be full liberty to tell the truth about his acts. And this means that it is exactly necessary to blame him when he does wrong as to praise him when he does right. Any other attitude in an American citizen is both both base and servile. To announce that there must be no criticism of the president or that we are to stand by the president, right or wrong, is not only unpatriotic and servile, but is morally treasonable to the American public. Nothing but the truth should be said about him or anyone else. But it is even more important to tell the truth, pleasant or unpleasant, about him than anyone else. The most
You can read. You can
patriotic,
read, but you don't have an additional.
sir. I'm trying.
You don't
I'm
have an
actually,
original. No.
sir.
Okay,
I'm actually
don't interrupt me.
trying. No, I
Don't
wasn't
interrupt me.
finished. I wasn't finished. You're interrupting me. Okay.
I think we should move into the next question.
No, I don't think we
But go
should at
ahead.
all because I'm not
Okay,
done
go ahead.
talking about what I
Continue.
was talking about.
Continue.
Yeah, awesome. Sir, it is not right for a public servant, okay, to just be praised because they are a public servant. The president is a person who is elected by the people, okay?
That's from
And
Teddy
no, sir,
Roosevelt, though. I'm asking
sir, maybe
not
you
Teddy
should
Roosevelt.
I'm not speaking for
asking
Teddy
you.
Roosevelt. I'm trying to answer you from me, but you won't let me. This is the third time you've cut me off. So if you'd like to hear what
Because I'm
I have to
asking
say about
you,
it,
I'm
if
not
you
asking
want to
you to
hear,
read.
sir,
I'm asking you.
sir, if you
This is
want
why.
to, all
This
right.
is why.
You have now been muted in my chat, and I'm going to continue in my live, and I am now going to continue to say what I was going to say because you asked for my opinion, and this is the third time you've stopped me from giving my opinion. Okay, so now I'm going to give my opinion. Okay, the president of the United States is a public servant who was elected by the people, by me, to do the work in the government for the people. That is the way that the Constitution is set up. Okay, for our people in Congress and for our president. Okay, to support the American people, not try to suppress the American people. Okay, so when Donald Trump does things like violating the First Amendment, Fourth Amendment, Fifth Amendment, 10th Amendment, 14th Amendment, and many other amendments that he's trying to violate at any freaking point in time, when Donald Trump goes and sends the U.S. military, okay, against American citizens who are peacefully protesting, okay, when Donald Trump tries to violate the rights of the people and to treat people inhumanely, I do not support him whatsoever, okay? And I don't support him because I love my country. I don't support him because I am an American and because that is my right as an American in order to do that. All right? Now you can speak.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. And let's go to the next question because I don't think we're going to be able to make much ground on that last one. My question is, given the last election, who would you have supported and why if it was not Donald Trump?
Anyone.
Anybody.
Anyone.
And why? I mean, no, you say anyone, but it was Kamala or Trump.
Sure.
It wasn't anyone. It was Kamala or Trump. So I'm asking, if it wasn't Trump, who would you support and why? There's two options, not anyone. You can't just
No,
say anyone.
there's not two options, sir. If
No.
you're giving me
There
one
were
option.
two options last election.
You're giving me
You
one
guys
option. You
decided-
do realize that, right?
You let Biden step down and threw this woman in our faces. I'm asking you.
Sir, you're
you
saying
have
there's two
supported and
options and I
why?
can't choose Trump. You're giving me one option.
Well, let me clarify my question one more time.
You
Last
literally said,
election-
if you weren't going to
last
support
election-
Trump, who would it be? And there's only two options, and one of them is
Last
Trump.
election, who were the running people? Who's running for president? Last election, 2024. Who ran?
Do you not know?
I'm asking you.
Okay.
Who you would support?
Well, why don't you just get
and
to your
why,
point? Because
if it
I'm not trying to
wasn't
play
Trump?
like dumb civics
asking
Jeopardy with you.
A legitimate question in front of your people. Who would you have voted for and why? And who did you vote for and why?
I voted for Kamala Harris.
And why?
And why? Because her policies actually would have been effectual and would have actually worked for the United States. And Donald Trump already proved in his first term that he does not have the ability to be a good president. Not to mention the fact that he already proved that he did not have the ability to be a good president, but he was actually stopped multiple times from being an even worse president the first term than he actually could have been. No, sir, I'm answering your question. Be quiet. How old did you say you were?
Yeah, you're right. 42.
How
Go
old
ahead.
did you say
Go
you were?
ahead.
You said 42.
42.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Just making sure that
Calm it
I
down,
was
but go
having
ahead.
that I
I
was
want you to
having a
respond.
conversation with an adult here because it seems that I'm having a conversation with a 5-year-old.
I've watched this live.
I
feed
don't
for a
care.
while.
Be quiet
what
when I'm
you do.
speaking.
Please, go ahead.
Jesus Christ. I don't know why I have to treat people like children.
children.
Goodness
Okay.
gracious. Anyways, what I was saying was Donald Trump showed no ability to be a good president the first time. Okay. And again,
Okay.
he was stopped from doing horrible things the first term by people that actually cared about our government. And he had a horrible plan this term that was not going to do anything. And on top of that, the most of his policy agenda were things that weren't even possible and weren't even logical. Okay. And so
What
I
was
could see
so-
through that.
Sure.
All right. Well,
Okay.
where Kamala Harris, I have no idea whether she actually would have been a good president or would not have been a good president. Okay. What I do know is that she has been very effectual in all of the jobs that she has done throughout her time within
Okay.
politics. Okay. And she helped Biden pass excellent policy for the United States for when she was the vice president. Okay. So I do know those things. So that's why I voted for her.
No. You think she did a pretty good job at that border czar? That was fine. I'm just curious of, okay, so
Yeah,
I had
she
a
wasn't
lot
the
of
border
questions on
czar.
what you said. I understand. Okay, great. She was the VP though.
She was
And
the vice
I have
president,
a lot of
yes.
questions based on what you said, but the one that's sticking out to me the most is I just have to, I'm compelled, my friend. And we're not friends, but I'm compelled, sir.
That's the first true thing you
What-
said tonight.
What do you feel about the illegal immigration? Like, honestly, how does that impact you? Like, when you see this and you see, there's poverty among citizens, and then you see people coming over the border, getting these free benefits and things like that. I mean, honestly, what do you see on that? What is your opinion of that? And how can you support it? Please, I have to know.
Yeah, first of all, sir, I support very secure borders, and I support freaking
Do you?
legal. Yes.
Well,
Why
not
would I
Trump
not?
Then? He's the one that ran.
So
on
did
it, man.
Biden.
Oh, please
Biden had 5 different
don't
immigration
say
bills.
that, my friend.
Sir, Biden had 5
Hey.
different. Sir, Biden had 5 different immigration bills that
Look
were
how they
all blocked.
ended, though.
Sir, I'm
Look it.
talking that had 5
Okay.
different immigration bills under his first term that were all blocked by Republicans, including the last 2, which were specifically blocked
How long
by
did it
Donald
take?
Trump.
Okay, how long did it take to finally act, and then it was blocked? Because and I do agree that was Trump's error. I mean, he influenced. I remember that time. You're right. But how long did it take for the illegal hordes of immigrants, illegal, and there are many, and there are millions,
6
did it
days.
take for Biden to act?
6 days.
No,
His
It was
first
like
immigration bill.
2.5, 3 years.
His first immigration bill was 6 days into his presidency.
Okay, but you do agree that we should have a nice tight border, and we have a legal process where people come to the.
Of course. So
wait,
did Joe Biden.
I mean, my parents.
Joe Biden
Right,
deported
fantastic.
Joe Biden deported more undocumented immigrants in his term than Trump did in his first term
Please, where do you get the source?
from
my
Customs
friend?
Border Protection, from their
I
website.
gotta pull it up. Pull it up right now, because
Sir, if I pull it up, you can't see it, so I don't know why you care.
No, I have my.
Why don't
brother
you
here.
pull it
He'll
up?
Pull up your feed.
No,
I'm
go
on
ahead.
the phone with you.
How many undocumented immigrants were deported at the southern border by the Biden administration in 2024?
I don't think any, my man.
685,000.
That's not many compared to the tens.
That's
of
not
millions.
many. That's not
Compared to the
many.
tens of millions he let.
Sir,
come
how many
through
people
with a
are how
blind
many
eye.
undocumented immigrants are in the country right now?
I don't have the exact number, and I
Give me
would
a
not
guess.
even want to make. Man, tens of millions.
Try 14 million over the last 50 years.
Exactly what I thought.
14 million over the last 50
But don't you think
years,
someone
sir,
should come in
sir,
and correct
sir,
it?
sir. If it's been 14 million over the last 50 years, then how was it tens of millions under the Biden administration?
That's a great question. But
Because it's not, because that's not logical.
I heard you don't watch the news, though. Is that you said that earlier? Is that right?
Yeah, I don't need other people to tell me how to think.
But the thing is, man, when you look at the news, at least in the last couple of years, and you see the border, the camera's pointing there, you can't fabricate that. You can't lie
Yes, you can.
about that.
Yes, you can.
see people
So
coming
easily.
in droves.
Sir,
I don't know how,
sir, it
man.
was literally
How?
proven. Actually, there was a video on Fox News where
That
there
was
was,
fake.
sir,
That was
there,
AI.
sir, no, listen.
Okay.
Okay. There was a video and Fox News was like, look at all of those hordes of migrants that are crossing. And they had a border. Okay. They had a camera at the border with migrants, brown people just flooding over the border. And they were like, these are
Yeah.
all undocumented migrants that the Biden administration was letting in. And so someone took that video and then freaking put it, in a search engine to find out what it was. Do you know what it was? It was people that are actually work in the United States legally, have work visas in the United States,
Come on.
but actually live
That's
in Mexico.
absurd.
Okay, no,
That's
sir. It was
absurd.
an exact video from 8 years prior. It wasn't even under the Biden administration. Yes, I do, sir, because they actually pulled up the actual clip and the actual news from 8 years prior. So, sir, when you're saying sir, see, but you see what I'm saying, sir? Sure. All that they have to do is show you a group of brown people in the desert, okay, and tell you, hey, look, it's a whole bunch of undocumented immigrants that are walking across the border. You don't do any research. You don't look it up. You don't go to find out whether that's actually accurate. You just believe it on face value. Okay. I don't do that. That's why I don't watch the news, because I don't sit there and just let freaking whatever news agency, I don't care which one it is. Okay. I don't let them just tell me what I'm seeing. I don't do that. You know what I do know? I do know that Customs and Border Protection tracks data on all these numbers. So does the CDC. So does the Council for Immigration Control. So does multiple other different independent agencies.
I'll have my brother on his phone watch you, and I want to see you pull this data up.
Which data do you want?
I want to see how many you alleged. I believe there's 14 million illegals, and it didn't occur under Biden. Pull something up that would be definitive of that. I want something conclusive, because you and I are both not on the border. We only see what the media allows us to see. That's it. We do. But
done.
What they allow us to see is an increase in employment for ICE.
Hey, it's already done, sir.
Go ahead.
It's on the screen.
What do you got?
It's already done.
Show me, right? All right, give me 1 second. My brother's going to find you.
Already on the screen. This is Pew Research Center showing the number of unauthorized immigrants in the United States that grew sharply from 2021 to 2023, and these are the most up-to-date numbers that we have.
And what was the statistic again?
This shows approximately 14 million undocumented immigrants in the United States over the last 50 years.
Came from 21 to 24, you said.
21 to 23 is when we saw the sharp spike. But we were already sitting at 10 million before Biden got into office.
I can't get, my brother can't get your stream on. So I guess you're right. We can agree to disagree there, but I do have a matter that
that's not an agree to disagree. Okay. That's not an agree to disagree. This is a fact. Okay. That I'm showing you, and you're saying I disagree with facts. All right. And that's fine.
I don't see the fact, though. I can't see it. Like
sir, if you close your eyes and don't see something, that's not my problem.
You have something on the screen that I can't see. I can't attest to that.
Well,
so
sir,
I'm just curious.
That is what I said when you said pull it up. And I was like, why would I pull it up? You can't see it anyway. And then you kept telling me to pull it up. And then I pull it up. And then you say, I can't see it. And I said, that's the entire point of what I was saying, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
The original question is why I support Trump, correct? And you didn't like my answer about having just because he's the president. And that's that's a high aim, in my opinion. That's something that's a virtue to me, where I can look at somebody elected holding, and I agree with that hierarchy. There has to be some kind of hierarchy within the civilization. For me to look at someone that's elected, that wasn't a good answer for you, just because he's elected.
Was Nixon a good president?
I'm not talking about Nixon.
I am. I'm asking you a question. I asked you, was Nixon a good president?
You asked me about Trump. Now
sir, I understand. It's a simple yes or no question. Was Nixon a good president?
He wasn't. I wasn't alive.
So
I don't know much about them.
Neither was I.
But you asked me why I support Trump, and now you want to talk about Nixon. So don't divert from that. I'll tell you
why. He
why.
won't answer the question. Okay, and the reason why he won't answer the question is because he understands that nobody believes Nixon was a good president or a good person. Okay, he is literally go down in history as one of the worst president, if not the worst president that we ever had. Okay. And everybody knows that because of Watergate and all the other things that he did, right? But he was elected. But he was elected. Okay. And just so, sir, just because somebody is an elected official doesn't make them a good person.
I wasn't alive during Nixon's presidency. I don't
care. I'm sorry. Have you never read a history book?
Ask me why I support Trump again, then.
I'm good.
You ask.
Why do you need me to ask you?
Because your little thing on the back is asking for callers, and why are you supporting Trump?
Then why do you need me to ask you? Apparently you can read it.
Okay, so I'll just tell you why I support the man too.
All right.
In addition to just the hierarchy, everything I said, and how it's a virtuous thing, you believe in your country. We elected him. It wasn't just me alone. He was the popular vote, if you recall. It wasn't just me. But another thing I like to tell you is why I do support this man is mainly one of the biggest glaring things is because he's very far right opposed to being far left. Far left, in my opinion, is very scary. What they're doing to the children, allowing sex changes and these gender affirming bull craps. I don't know what we're doing, but you can't tell me that would be a good thing for the future of the world, allowing young boys to be mutilated, allowing women to be deformed.
Yeah, that's not happening.
What do you mean it's not happening?
I mean, it's
All I
not
see-
happening. It is not legal for anyone to have gender reassignment in the United States in any state under the age of 16. And even
Something that
at the age of
liberals are
16.
pushing, though.
No,
Do you
they're
agree or
not. No, they're
They're
not.
not pushing that.
Nope, not at all.
Why did? Is that right? So how can you say that when that's part of their policy?
What
They
policy?
want to. I don't have an exact policy, but that's
Well, sir,
what
you're
they
going to have to,
want.
sir, as somebody who is on the left, okay,
give me one
who
second.
is on the left,
Policy.
and I've never seen that
Okay.
policy that exists whatsoever. I would love to see that policy where it says we want to give children reassignment surgery, because I've never seen that policy anywhere.
But they're advocating for trans rights. So what does that tell you? If
Yeah,
they're
because
advocating
trans
for
people are
trans
people,
rights,
and people deserve rights.
I agree they're people, but I also
Then why are
believe
you
that they
against
may
them
have
having
some
rights?
illness. They might be feeling sick, man. You don't tell
They
a
could
5-year-old
be,
that
sir.
believes in Santa
Sir, they could be,
that, hey,
sir,
he is a woman.
sir,
You can't just do that. They don't
Sir.
know much.
sir. That's why they go to doctors for a
They
long
need
time.
a different doctor.
Oh,
not
gotcha.
A doctor that's
So-
going to mutilate their pee-pee.
Yeah,
A
because
doctor that's
that's
gonna help them
not
with their head.
fucking happening. Sir, do you know what not fucking happening means?
Tell me how that's not fucking happening.
Because it's
when
not
I see it. And
legal.
I never cussed at you.
Oh,
man.
you see
I
it.
never cussed at you.
Sir, I will
Never
cuss on
cussed
my
at you.
fucking live as much as I fucking want.
Do
you have a problem with that? Sir, if your fifis, sir, if your fifis are hurt, then go change out your diaper, okay? I could give a shit.
Why are you talking all tough and you're liberal, man?
Why am I talking
You're
all tough
snowflake.
and I'm oh
You're a
yes.
snowflake, dog.
Yes, I'm the snowflake
talking
as
this
you
way.
sit. Yeah, I'm the snowflake
Yeah.
as you sit here and cry about transgender people and how they hurt your fifis.
My pee-pee's fine. I'm worried about their pee-pee.
It doesn't
if you
sound
don't
like it, sir.
recall.
You've been whining since you got on this fucking live like a child. That's why I had to ask you how old you were
Really?
again, because I thought I was talking to a
You were trying to
preschooler.
get
Okay,
insulted.
if
Okay.
anybody is a fucking
It's
snowflake
fine.
here, it's you.
Cool.
So either
It's
go
me.
ahead and take your little fifis.
What's your chat say?
Sure,
What's your chat say
sir,
about me?
sir. Either
What's your
take your
chat say,
sir. Either take your
Read
little
your chat.
fifis, sir. Either take your little fifis and put them back in your pocket and tuck them in there, save them for later, okay? Or get off my live.
But we're debating.
No,
and
we're
this is how
not.
you
This is
wanna-
not a debate.
You want to have a discussion, and you feel this is an appropriate.
I really don't want to
response.
have a discussion with you at all. Honestly, I think you're
You're
a pretty
allowing me
shitty
on your-
person. Yeah.
What did I do so shitty? Because I called you out on advocating.
You haven't
for
called me out
mutilation
about
of children.
anything, sir. You've lied about immigration numbers.
You
Sir,
advocate-
sir,
if you're a
you've
liberal,
lied about
you advocate
you
for-
lied about immigration numbers. You lied about Biden's policy.
I
Now you're
didn't lie,
all
brother.
right, sir.
I didn't lie.
Sir, again with the fifis.
Dude.
Sir, again with the fifis.
We're off
It's
of
o-
immigration.
It's
we're on
okay.
to trans,
Hey,
and
hey,
this is
hey,
what you
hey,
do.
hey. Little snowflake, calm down.
You want to
Okay.
know why I wanted to call?
No, I want you to be
It's
quiet.
because
So, anyways, what I was saying was, okay, is now you're spreading lies about policies on the left that have to do with transgender people and transgender children, okay, and you're doing all of those sorts of things, okay. So, I don't have very, very much respect for people that come up here and just spread blatant lies about all sorts of different things. So, why would I have any respect for you whatsoever? Hey, Tobin, thank you so much for that $5 super chat that says, chat says guest is a dumbass. All right. Well, anyways,
What-
do you have anything else to
why?
cry about before I move on to the
Ask
next
your chat
caller?
Why?
Hey,
No,
do you
I
have-
want to know why.
sir, do you have
I'm-
anything else to
how
bring
am I
up
a-
before I move on to the next caller? Because your incessant whining is annoying me now.
Let's talk about another liberal problem.
I'm not
All right, we
interested.
talked about immigration. We talked about trans. What
Okay.
about socialism? You think I want to be paying someone student loan
Okay. All right.
I paid mine
Final,
off
final
because I'm a
one. Final
responsible,
one. Okay.
virtuous human.
Final one.
Tell
If you
me
can,
your
sir,
point
sir.
on that.
Yeah. Sweet.
Tell me your
How
point
about this?
on that.
I will
asked
just.
you
Hey,
a
listen.
respectful question.
Listen.
Tell me how you
All
feel
right.
about paying for someone else's
Final
student
thing.
loan.
Final time, sir.
Tell me.
This is how this is gonna work. I'm gonna ask you
a
one question. Yeah. I'm
You're
gonna.
disrespectful and you're dodging.
Man,
because
this
you
guy's a
don't wanna
crier. All right, sir.
answer.
Well, you have a
Weak.
wonderful day then, because I'm
You
not
are
gonna
a
engage in this with you
pussy-ass,
anymore if you
weak
can't stop
bitch.
crying.
Fuck you weak ass bitch.
Oh, look at
Fuck
the snowflake.
Fuck you. Answer the question, tough guy.
Yeah, sir. What's the definition of socialism?
Answer the question.
What's the
Answer
definition of
fucking
socialism?
question.
I'll answer the question if you answer mine.
No, I asked you a question.
Sir, I don't
first,
believe you know what
disrespectful
socialism
brat.
is. And I can't have a conversation about socialism with you if you don't know what socialism is. And I don't believe that you know what socialism is. So what I was trying to tell you, sir, is if
being forced
sir,
to pay other people's student loans is
incorrect.
fucking
Socialism is when the means of
Go
socialism
ahead, tell me.
is when the means of production is owned by the people. Okay?
Why
That is
would
what
we do
socialism is.
that?
That has nothing to do with paying for people's student loans. Okay?
It's
It's when
shared
it's when
revenue,
the
basically.
people own the means of
I get to
production.
make
You know, like
over
when Donald
$100,000 a year and
when
get
Donald
taxed
Trump, hey, like
to
when
pay for people for
when Donald Trump took a stake in Intel, that's socialism. Okay. So when you're complaining about socialism, Donald Trump is literally doing socialism in the White House right now, and you're not complaining
how so?
because he
What did he
has
do?
stock. The US people now have stock in Intel. So that is the people owning the means of production of Intel. That is actual socialism.
You're dodging my original question.
No,
still,
sir,
and it's
you don't know what
disturbing.
socialism is. Your question
But
is
maybe
why?
so, but I
you're
asked
saying
you
it's
if
socialism
you
when we
thought it
pay
was
off
fair to
people's
pay someone's
student
student
loans.
loan.
You're saying, oh, it's socialism when we pay off people's student loans. That's not socialism. I
It's
can't
liberal
answer
weakness.
a question, okay, that is not real, okay? Because it's not real. Okay. So maybe go learn
Your-
what socialism first,
your
what it is
poli-
first,
your
and then we'll go from there, okay?
policies
All
For the
right.
for the
All right, sir.
politicians.
Well, you have a
support,
wonderful day, okay? Like I said, your
politicians you
whining is on my
support
nerves, and I'm done
advocate for
talking to
this.
you. So I hope you
Dan,
have whatever day you deserve, okay?
You don't hope that. You don't hope that. Don't
Oh, I do
lie.
hope you get exactly
You
what day
called
you
me
deserve.
a dumbass earlier, and now you hope I have a good
I didn't
day.
call you a dumbass. You are one, but I
You
didn't
said
call
that
you
shit.
it.
You just did, my friend.
Yeah,
You
I didn't.
just
I didn't
did.
call you a dumbass
People-
earlier. You 100%
You can
are, but
speak
I
with
didn't
someone
say
with
it.
Different views,
Okay.
and we can.
All right. Anyways. Oh, Tobin called him a dumbass. That's what it was. My bad. I didn't call him a dumbass. Tobin called him a dumbass. And thank you so much for that $5 super chat. I really appreciate that. Oh, Betty, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. Says, can't call the Nazis bad because I wasn't alive, man. Yeah, can't say whether Nixon was a good president or not because it wasn't alive. Also, can't say anything bad about those guys, because I wasn't alive. So, thank you so much, Betty. And then lovely guys, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Said calling someone a snowflake while crying about trans people is wild. It 100% is. 100%. Y'all, please make sure you hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I really appreciate you guys being here. We do this every single day but Friday, so make sure you're here. Turn on those notifications so you know when I'm posting new content, when I go live, when I schedule my lives. I really, really appreciate that. Thank you guys so much. If you all would like to support the live, I do have super chats open. As you guys like to see, I like to put those up in between callers and talk about them, or if I see a cool one during the caller, I'll put that up also. So I really, really appreciate you guys on that so much. Or you can consider becoming a member, which is also a great way to support the live. I also do have my pay links in my bio. Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, they're all at PolyPolitics, just like my name. We're about to move on to the next caller. Taurus, thank you so much for the 5 gifted memberships. Big W's in the chat for Taurus for the 5 gifted. And make sure you throw an extra one out there if you received one of those. So I really appreciate Taurus for those 5 gifted today. Thank you so much. Also, Tara, thank you so much for the $50 on Venmo. Big W's in the chat for Tara. It said, thank you for the hard work you put into this every single day. It can't be easy dealing with the uninformed. It's not always the easiest, but hey, we have to keep doing this. This is how we keep the conversation going and keeping it moving. All right. So I really appreciate it. Again, big W for Tara for that huge Venmo. Also, Ogden, thank you so much for the $5 over on PayPal. Says to the last fast talking know nothing caller, will DT, aka David Syphilis Dennison, broker peace and unity in America? No, we appreciate you, Polly. Thank you, thanks so much, bro. Thank you so much, Ogden. I really, really appreciate that. Really, that's very, very sweet. I appreciate Dennison. That was funny, DT, and And Evil, thank you so much for the $1 over on Cash App, said, thanks to RFK, I have a new word. It is circumtism. Circumtism. It's circumtism. Oh, that was good. That was good. That was good. Circumtism. I'm using that one. Hello, how are you?
I want to eat your black ass. Ah!
Get in line. Hello, how are you?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm doing. I can. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. How old are you?
26.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
Most of the time, yes.
All right. What's on your mind?
Do you want to know why I support Trump?
Yeah. Why do you still support him?
Because I think this is one of the rare instances where the ends justify the means.
And what ends are you looking for?
So, whether you agree or not, if we don't continue to elect people like him, we are going to see the Islamic takeover of the West.
Oh, wow. We got some a lot of things to unpack there, don't we?
Let's go.
Let's go where? We're going on vacation? Want to hold hands?
All right, don't be smug.
All right. Well, then continue speaking.
You just said we had a lot to get into, as if you had some substantive to get into. So
No, I'm good. You don't have anything more to say? Oh, you're gone? Well, I was going to respond. I just wanted you to finish first. That's some weird religious hate thing going on there for a country that, you know, is supposed to be freedom of religion. All right, I guess I'm going to open phone lines back up. I don't know where he went. I was going to engage with him, but yeah. I guess we're really afraid of people that are Muslim coming here, even though Donald Trump just invited them to come fly our airplanes, but whatever. Hello, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing excellent. How old are you?
31.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
Absolutely.
Awesome. What's on your mind?
Ronald, baby. I got a question for you.
What's up?
Are you single?
No.
Gay?
No.
Any kids?
Yes.
Okay. So, did you know that there are states that allow gender affirming care, right?
Yes.
I can name them if you would like.
Every state allows gender affirming care.
For minors?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Every state does. Name them. So
name all 50 states, Alabama and Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas, California, Colorado, and Connecticut, more Delaware, Florida, Georgia, Hawaii, Idaho, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, North Dakota, go, Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, Maine, Maryland, Massachusetts, and good old Michigan.
Several states providing gender affirming care to minor is a felony. Those states include Alabama, Florida, Idaho, North Dakota, Oklahoma, South Carolina. You want to try again?
No, that's actually incorrect, sir. You're just putting a very narrow. You're just putting. Sir, you're just.
What's the name of the site, pal? I'll give you mine. Findlaw.com. Try again. Try again.
Are you ready to engage in conversation, or would you like to scream instead?
Yeah, let's have a conversation. I like talking to these little gay boys who call other people snowflakes when, face to face, buddy, you wouldn't do shit to nobody.
I know. I'm a big tough guy on the internet. Yeah. I'm such a big tough guy.
And listen.
I'm such a big tough guy.
To talk over everybody, and we know you love dick, and we know you love gay and trans and all this stuff. But yeah,
bro, it's starting to sound like you're hitting on me.
Listen, hold on, I'm speaking.
It's starting to sound like you're hitting on me.
Hey, do you remember? Hey, remember how this?
You know, if you talk to a Trump supporter for any length of time, they will bring up male genitalia.
Buddy,
did you know that?
Buddy,
if you bring up like if for like any point in time you actually just like let a Trump supporter just talk, they will bring up male genitalia. Okay, they are obsessed with it. All right, just absolutely loved it. So, sir, what I was trying to say is gender affirming care comes in all sorts of different things. Okay. So like, let me give you an example. All right. So like say that there's a kid that has cancer, right? And is going through chemo and loses their hair. All right. And there are medical treatments or maybe possibly wigs and stuff that we can give that child in order to have, in order to be able to have like long flowy hair. Okay. Because after they had cancer, that's gender affirming care. Okay. Yeah. So things like boob jobs, those are gender affirming care. Hair implants when you get older and start losing your hair. I feel like that's probably already happened to you, but that's also gender affirming care. Okay. Botox is gender affirming care. Plastic surgery is gender affirming care. Nose jobs are gender affirming care. There are so many types of gender affirming care. Okay. That happen within the United States. You're just very, very concerned with certain types of gender affirming care. But you didn't ask me, okay? But you didn't ask, sir, you can stop screaming. I muted you a long time ago, okay? Awesome. So what you're concerned with is gender affirming care when it comes to trans children, okay? And that's not the question that you asked me, which is why it's not the answer that you got.
All right, let's have a conversation where I can talk and then you can talk, because you sound like an absolute buffoon.
You got that circumcision?
Circumcision? What the hell are you talking about? Don't
Yeah,
try to
nothing.
use big words to try to whatever the fuck whoever you're trying to impress, because you ain't impressing nobody. I can tell you that right now. You're behind a computer screen asking for donations, buddy. I run a six-figure logistics company. So, we're in two different playing fields. I also have twin boys that are 5 years old, and I'll tell you
those
now,
poor boys.
I will fight tooth and nail against people like you, tooth and fucking nail, because you're a pathetic excuse of a man. You're not a man. You're a little fucking boy, and that's the whole reason you're
Are
doing.
you hitting on me again, sir?
I ain't fucking hitting on you,
Dude.
You're
this is
ugly
like the
as shit,
third
dude.
time.
Have you looked
This
in
is
the
like
mirror
the
this morning?
third time
Have you
you've
looked
tried
in
to
the
hit.
mirror this morning?
This is
Have
like
you looked in the mirror this
This is
morning?
like the third
Have you
time you've
looked in
tried
the
to
mirror
hit on
this
me,
morning?
sir. I'm
You're
sorry.
out of shape.
You asked
You're
me.
out of shape.
You asked
You're
me
out of
from the
shape.
get-go whether I was single, okay, and if I was gay. Those were
Yeah.
your first two questions to me.
I
And now
I
I'm starting to
firmly believe you're a
understand
homosexual.
why you did that.
I
Okay, it's
firmly
because
believe
you're
you're a
interested.
homosexual.
All right, it's because you're
You're
interested.
definitely
All right.
definitely a homosexual.
Sir, what I think
Definitely a
you could really
homosexual.
use is probably like a really good
You know what?
therapist. Okay,
Yeah. You know what? You
like
could
a
use
really, really
Jesus.
good therapist.
You could use Jesus, man. You find Jesus. Find God in your life.
Hey, Jesus. Oh, that sounds like a hot
Yeah,
name. Who's
Jesus,
that?
man. Yeah, he
Oh.
is. He is. He's the King of Nazareth, and he'll save you, man. I'm
Oh, yeah.
telling you.
When was Jesus the King of Nazareth?
He's always been the King of Nazareth.
Really? It doesn't say that in the Bible anywhere.
Okay. I don't know. Do your research. You seem to do a lot of it, so I mean, he definitely was the King of Nazareth.
If he was the King of Nazareth,
So-
that would mean he would be the King of the Romans, because the Romans were in
Well,
control
he's
of
the king
Nazareth,
everybody.
and the
All
Roman
you
king
need-
was
all
the
you need
person
to
that was
know-
in charge of that,
All you
right?
need to know. He's
Actually,
the king
that's
of
actually
everything. He's
specifically
the king
in the
of your
Bible.
life.
Okay, that
I
actually is
promise you
specifically
this.
in the Bible.
Hey,
Where
just
sir, I'm trying to
mark
talk.
my words.
I'm trying to educate you on the Bible.
No, you ain't educating me on nothing. I don't need your
Yeah,
education.
it was actually the Romans
What
who
you need to
crucified
know-
Jesus
This
because
is-
they
this-
were
hey,
the
listen,
government.
Listen,
Okay.
Listen. This is
Can
all
I get a
I'm
hail
saying.
Satan in the chat? Can I get 666 in the
Yeah,
chat?
That's right.
Hail
666 in the
Satan!
chat.
Let me get 666 in the
Listen,
chat across
hey,
the board.
this
I really,
is
really
all-
appreciate
this
you
is all
guys.
you
Thank
need
you
to
so
know.
much.
This is all
Thank you
need
guys
to
so
know.
much. 666 in the chat. May we
One
bring
day,
from the depths of
one
hell
day, one
the
day,
glory
one day
of
you'll have to
Satan.
answer. One day you'll have to answer to him. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. Weeping and moaning and gnashing of teeth. Weeping and moaning and gnashing of teeth.
That's a Kanye West
And I
song.
promise you.
As
I
a
promise
weeping
you,
and the moaning and the gnashing
yeah,
of
that's right,
teeth.
baby. That's right.
Lamborghini
That's right. And
Mercy.
guess what?
Your chick,
All
she's
the-
so
all the
thirsty. I'm in
Christians-
that juicy Lambo with
Yeah.
your girl. She trying to.
That's
Oh,
right,
yeah, I remember
baby.
that song.
Yeah,
That was a good
yeah,
song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're lost. You're lost, man, and that's okay. You're lost, and that's okay. But that's why I'm here. That's why Daddy's here to correct you. Course correct your
Ooh,
bitch ass.
Daddy. Hey, Daddy.
Yeah, that's right. Daddy's here to course
Hey,
correct, baby.
Daddy.
Listen, hey, bottom line.
Oh,
the
bottom
Trump
too,
supporters
huh?
in the chat, the
all right.
conservatives
Check
in
you
here,
out.
Yeah, we just don't do.
Alright.
Of course we're gonna send
First
the
he
National Guard in.
wants
We don't
to
want
be my
illegals here.
daddy, and now
Of
he's talking about being a
course we're
bottom.
gonna push the
Oh.
transgender gay shit out of our country because we don't want you here.
Mm.
Yeah, you're a person, but we don't have to support your deranged syndrome.
Wow, I was feeling that exactly about you right now. That yeah, you're a
That's
person,
fine.
but I don't have to support your derangement.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I don't support you. I mean, like, you're a fucking loser asking
Sir,
for donations on
I'm
YouTube.
just sitting
Like,
here,
are
and
kidding
you
me?
took time out of your day to call
Yeah,
this phone
I
number
did.
to talk
I
to me.
did, yeah.
I didn't take time
That's
to
right.
call. I didn't take time to talk to you. Do you know why
That's
that
fine.
is?
Yeah.
Do you know why that is,
What?
sir? Because you're
What?
insignificant and don't matter, and I matter so much to you that you took
You don't
time
matter.
out
Dude,
of
I
your
have no
day.
idea who you
That
are.
you
I
took
just
time
honestly-
out of your day to come up here and talk to me, have me call you daddy, and talk about my wiener. Okay, that's what you just did. I remember. So, anyways, all right. Well, sir, just to let you know, I know you're calling me. He's calling me all the slurs right now. He doesn't realize he's muted, but he's calling me all the slurs right now. Just thought I'd let you know that, just like all the slurs. But anyway, sir, I hope you have the day you deserve. I'm gonna move on to somebody who has more than like 2 brain cells fighting for third. All right, have a wonderful day, sweetheart. Okay. Wow, that guy had some anger issues. Woo! That was a rough one. Anyways, we're gonna keep moving on. Please make sure you hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I really appreciate it. Yeah, that guy will be the guy that will be in church tomorrow morning. Yeah, he'll be in church. That guy will be in church talking about how Jesus loves me. By the way, he called me the F word a whole bunch in that last one, which is just like Jesus would have done. Just like Jesus would have done. Sat, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Said new subscriber. You are genius like myself. Remember, you can't fix stupid ever. I definitely couldn't fix that guy. I don't know if there's a person on there. I don't know if there's a therapist on the planet that could fix that guy. Macabre says, how come we can't California their Idaho, but we can Qatari it if they are scared of the Middle East? Yeah, they're super afraid of California. Okay. And apparently we can just bring in the Qataris. That's totally cool. I guess that's what a jet buys you. Chewy says he's projecting. Frost King says, hail the flying spaghetti monster. Hayless with the $2 to my satanic jet ski. I really appreciate that. Late says, this caller is a full-throated Trump supporter and Christian. That's wild, isn't it? Wow, people just be claiming Christianity and then just be doing that. And then you talk like that. It's crazy. Chewy says this caller is projecting much. Yeah, 100%. Zero says Jesus refused Satan's offer of worldly kingdoms. Oh, that's right. He did, huh? That's very, very true. And Brett, thank you so much for becoming a member. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining the team, y'all. Make sure you hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. As you see, I like to talk about the super chats in between calls. So if you have something to say or you'd like to help support the live, please consider sending a super chat or becoming a member or hitting up the pay links. Those are all great ways to help support the live. I really, really appreciate y'all. And actually, now that I think about it, Lindsay, thank you so much for the $5 over on Venmo. Tess, no college football today? Maybe some later. All right, hello, caller. How are you today?
I'm good.
Oh,
How are you?
How old are you?
I am 14.
All right. Well, insane. You gotta go. Sorry. Gotta be at least 18. Thank you much. Hello. How are you?
Hey, I was wondering if I could ask Polly a couple questions.
How old are you?
38.
Do you support Trump?
Yeah, I'm kind of a moderate. I'm more in between, but I lean towards Trump, yes.
All right. Well, you're asking Paulie whatever you want. Go ahead.
Okay. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing excellent. A lot better than that last guy. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. So, yeah, I was hoping. Well, we could have just kind of a friendly chat real quick. I'm sure we're going to disagree on a couple things, but anyway, I wanted to take a stab at a couple of things one of the last callers said.
The last call. You want to take a stab at what he said?
No, it's
Bro,
like
if
maybe the
you
last
if
two
you
or
can
three
even
callers.
if you can even like tell me what he said, that would be impressed. But
No,
go ahead.
It was the guy. You guys were talking about immigration. I kind of caught the conversation halfway through.
Okay. What about it?
There was something that Biden did say where he's on tape saying he encouraged people to search the border, and so I think that administration did sort of encourage a flux of immigration or illegal immigration.
He never said to come surge the border.
I think if you go on YouTube, you can pull up the clip.
No, you're talking about when he said what did he say? He said something, but he never said surge the border. He said he said some I don't know, I don't remember what he said, but he did say something
sure.
about supporting
Yeah.
migrants that do come over here, but it wasn't come surge the border. That never happened.
When you get a chance, look it up. But
I
also,
have, sir.
The other thing too,
I-
okay.
No offense,
take
but I
your
do
word for
this
it.
for hours and hours every single day. Like I know exactly what video you're talking about, and that's not what he says.
Yeah. Also, you were saying that he had some bills that were passed, but when Trump got in, he didn't require congressional approval. He just shut it down.
Because he didn't fix the
So
problem.
it seems to me like Biden could have done it the whole time, but he kind of, for whatever reason, didn't want to or couldn't.
No, sir, you're confused on what Trump has done. Okay. There's this confusion in between. See, Donald. So okay, let me explain to you. All right, and I'll try to explain it like very like quickly and just like whatever. All right. The big number that everybody complained about with Biden was actually the number of border encounters. It wasn't the number of people that were actually coming into the country. Okay. So when you hear there's like 10 million, 20 million, whatever, I don't know. I hear so many different numbers. It's crazy, right? What they're actually saying is that's the number of border encounters, right? And just because somebody has a border encounter doesn't mean they're let in. Just because someone has a border encounter doesn't mean they're being let in for sure. It doesn't even mean they're not coming here legally. All right. It's an encounter at the border. What Donald Trump has done is he has stopped border encounters, which means that the majority of the people that he's stopping are actually legally coming here, right? He's stopping things like asylum seeking. He's stopping people that are coming in as like refugee status. He's stopping people that are coming in for visas. He's stopping majority of the people that are here, that are coming here legally. All right. The people that are sneaking around the border, Donald Trump hasn't done anything to actually stop that. Not through an EO.
Well, also, I'm glad you brought up the whole asylum seeker thing, because from what I understood, usually you flee to the first country. Like once you leave your country of origin, you apply, and then we review it on a case by case individual basis, and then we decide if we grant you permission to enter the United States.
That's
like
incorrect.
what was happening is a lot of people were showing up, and then they'll get like a court date, and then maybe they show up, maybe they don't.
So that's completely incorrect. First of all, there's nothing saying that you have to stop at the first country that you leave from your country. That wouldn't even make any sense, because first of all, what if that next country that you went into, you were also in the same danger of the country that you were in before? So that doesn't make any sense. Second of all, you're literally escaping a danger. So if you were seeking asylum, what would be the point of seeking asylum if we were like, hey, you're in like, in danger of like your life or your family's life. I need you to stay exactly where you are for the next 5 years, and then we'll decide whether we let you in or not. That would ruin the point of asylum.
There is kind of like a narrow definition, like a criteria to be met in order to, like, how do I say this? Like, to meet the criteria for asylum seeking, usually it's like has to do with political persecution or religious persecution. Just because you don't like the country you live in, or there's a lot of poor, dangerous countries in the world, that would mean that like probably half the world would be eligible for asylum in the U.S.
Sir, 60% of the people that showed up at the southern border to seek asylum were immediately turned away and deported under the Biden administration.
Right.
So that wasn't happening. That's what I'm saying.
Would you rather have seen those people granted access to the U.S.?
No, they didn't have valid asylum claims. Why would I want them granted?
Okay. No, I'm just curious, like what your take is.
Sir, I actually think that we probably shouldn't have allowed all of the other 40% to come in. Right? The problem is not the problem is not the enforcement of the law. The problem is the law. Okay? And that's why the law needed to be fixed. That's what Biden tried to do, was fix the law. And you don't fix a law through executive order. Donald Trump isn't fixing the problem. The problem is the law.
Right. And also, Donald Trump didn't make these laws either. Like, these were already on the books long before he
These
showed up.
laws have been in the books since the 70s, but Biden had a path to fix them. And Donald Trump
what I
stopped
don't
him from
understand
fixing
is
it.
People seem to get very animated over Trump deporting people, but, you know, under, like, Obama, I think it's somewhere like around 3 million people were deported.
How old are you?
When he was 38.
You're 38, so we're the same age. Awesome.
Yeah, okay.
Cool. Do you remember the Obama administration when we found out that Obama was like putting people in cages?
Yeah, well, he did deport 3 million people.
I'm not arguing that.
I didn't,
I'm not arguing that. I'm
yeah,
asking
but
about the.
I guess what I'm saying is
when we heard.
my thing is.
Hold on, sir.
It
Do you remember when we found out under the Obama administration that they were like putting people in cages and shit? Do you remember that?
Well, I didn't hear about it on the news much because they didn't really talk
Really,
about
I
it.
did. They talked about it
At the
constantly. What are you talking about?
It seems like it's getting a lot more attention now.
No, it was getting so much attention then. Literally, the entire left lost their entire mind. It was on every single news channel, every single fucking day for I don't even know how fucking long. I was actually tired of hearing it, okay, because it was happening so big down. And the left lost their ever-living minds on Obama so much. The left lost on their minds so much on Obama that it actually created actual full policy change from the Obama administration on how they were handling deportations. Okay,
in Mexico, he's known as the deporter in chief. That's what they call him.
Sir, exactly. But
Yeah.
see, you're missing the point here, sir. And that's what I'm trying to get to the point. And it seems like you're trying to hit a point that we're not talking about. Okay, what I'm saying is, yes, Obama deported a whole bunch of people. Okay. Because the left's not against deporting people. The left is against inhumane treatment of people. Okay? And Donald Trump is inhumanely treating people. The way that we do things matters in this country. Okay? And that doesn't matter who the president is. All right? The way that we do things matter. When Obama was deporting a whole bunch of people, the left had no problem. Democrats had no problem with him deporting. As soon as they found out that they were putting like kids in cages and shit, they were like, no, we can't do that because they're still human beings. They're still people and we can't treat them like that. And then the Obama administration changed the entire way they were doing things. Okay. But for some reason, when Obama starts doing something that's inhumane and the left goes at him after it, then nobody's heard of it, okay? But when Trump is treating people inhumanely and we go after Trump for treating people inhumanely, then apparently now we're wrong. Why is it that we can go after Obama and no one cares, but if we go after Trump, it's a problem for the exact same thing?
No, that's the point I make. That is the point I'm making.
No, it's not. You think that the left didn't have a problem with deportations under Obama, and the left does have a problem with deportations under Trump, and that's not true.
What I'm saying is the media seem to cover it a little bit differently. Like I do watch the news, and it just feels like it's getting a lot more attention now. You might not like the method. I guess I'm curious, like, what would a nice deportation look like?
How about not sending them to African countries they're not from? How about not sending them to terrorism prisons? How about, not freaking, rushing into fucking buildings and just zip tying everyone that freaking exists within that building, ripping naked children out, having them zip tied on the ground, literally ice yelling, fuck these fucking kids, fucking as they're being ripped out of their fucking parents' homes. This is what happened last week.
So I think we're pretty much on the same page here. But the thing is, too, a lot of people did come through over the years. We don't necessarily know who a lot of these people are, like what their criminal backgrounds are. They have swept up some people with criminal backgrounds, and if they get treated a little harshly, I don't really have too much of a problem with it.
Then I'm sorry, that's where we're gonna disagree.
If they have a criminal record?
Just because you have a criminal record doesn't mean you should be treated inhumanely.
Oh, I don't don't want people to be like inhumanely treated, but if they have to fast track them for deportation, like
Sir,
that doesn't.
no
I'm
one
not
gives
gonna
a
lose
fuck
sleep
about
over it,
somebody
you know?
deporting someone. Nobody gives a shit. The Biden administration deported more people than the Trump administration did the last term.
So far, yeah.
No, the last
Well,
term,
I
his
guess.
first term. Okay, and he deported more people just last year than Trump has this year. Okay,
But why do you think? But if you ask the average guy on the street who had a like per month who's deporting more people, I think a lot of people would be under the impression that it's Trump
That's
and
fine.
not
People
Biden when it may have been the other way around.
since the year 2000, people have been polled and asked, is the crime rate going up or down? Okay, since the year 2000. All right.
I think I know where you're going with it.
Every single year, people have said that the crime rate is going up, and every year, except for maybe like 3 of those years, crime rate has actually gone down. So just because you can ask a person on the street and they think that doesn't make it true. Okay.
Well, I'll put it like this. I'm from California originally. I got to
Me too.
the Denver area about 2 years ago.
What part of California?
I'm from Los Angeles.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
I'm from Riverside,
like
Riverside County. But yeah, what's up?
Oh, yeah, nice, man. But so I know like in LA. I mean, this is just from my personal experience, or people I know. Like sometimes if you call the police, they may or may not show up. I know like there were a lot of homeless people. There was a lot of open drug use in the streets. They weren't normally like when we were kids growing up, that would get you arrested. It doesn't necessarily mean that the crime isn't happening. It's just if it's not being prosecuted and people aren't being arrested, on paper it may appear as though it's going down. I remember growing up, like going to downtown LA. I mean, it was depressing. The last time I was there a couple of years ago, it's not at all the way it was when I was growing up. I mean,
things
it's
change.
completely changed.
People would have said the same thing about, that are a generation before us about how it was when we were there. And they would have said that a generation before and how they were there. Sir, the thing is the reason why people think that the crime rate is going up is because now we have media that shows crime, right? Like I can get on TikTok or whatever, right, and just scroll through, and I literally can like follow pages of just like crimes happening of just crazy shit, cop interactions, all that sort of stuff, right? And if you pay attention to that all the time, you would assume that the crime is going up because you're seeing more of the crime, right? When prior you just weren't seeing it as much. You know what I'm saying? So you didn't have that assumption, right? And so immigration is the exact same way. All right. If you're being told by the media constantly that we're in an immigration problem, right? Whether it's true or not, if you're being told consistently that we're in an immigration problem, then sooner or later you're going to start believing that we're in an immigration problem. Right, regardless of what that problem actually is, right? And I'll give you an example. Right now, the Trump administration, right? The government is shut down in this country, right? The Trump administration has got on camera in front of a microphone and said, the reason why the government is shut down is because the Democrats want medical care for illegal immigrants. The vice president of the United States said that.
I think there were some provisions that covers expenses, like if you go to the hospital, it'll get paid. I mean, but that does happen. Like in Denver, there's a hospital downtown where in 1 year, I want to say this is like 2023 into 2024, it was like there was like $170 million in unpaid. There was basically like a major influx.
Sir, that's already happening.
Right.
That has nothing to do with why the government is shut down.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that there was a provision in there that would cover some expenses. And I mean, it's like, even in California, Gavin Newsom said he wants to give free healthcare to people in the state illegally.
Sir. Yeah, California has already done that. They've been doing it for a long time.
Yeah, and I mean, there's a scene where these Democrats were running, I want to say it was like...
Sir, can we just hold on real quick? Can we just hold on before we go down this lane? The government, first of all, Republicans have the majority in both houses and the presidency. Okay. They could pass an appropriations bill right now without a single Democrat vote. Okay. They could pass it right now. They don't need Democrats' help at all. Okay.
the bill that's on the tape, what they said is let's just pass a clean bill, no new attachments, just the way it was. And a lot of Democrats don't want to sign it, and it's just keep everything in
Correct.
place just as is.
Because
Right. But
because the
Democrats are
big
ones
beautiful
refusing to
bill, the big beautiful bill took away ACA subsidies, and they are trying to get those ACA subsidies back.
Well, no. It doesn't take. It was going to expire. There was a sunset date on it.
Yes, there was, and they want them back.
Right. Right. They want to reinstate it. Basically, they don't want to let it lapse.
Correct. None of this
Right.
has anything to do with the fact that the president of the vice president of the United States is saying Democrats are keeping the government shut down because they want undocumented immigrants to have free health care. Like you're getting lost in the sauce of the bill, okay? And what I'm saying is the reason why you think that immigration was so much worse then and worse now is because we have the vice president of the United States getting up on television and just purely lying about immigration. He is literally making it sound like the Democrats are only shutting the government down because of undocumented migrants. All right. And if you hear shit like that over and over and over and over and over, then you start to feel like, oh, Democrats just want undocumented immigrants to be helped, and that's what they want, and that's why, and Democrats don't want to deport anyone. Right? They don't like Donald Trump's deportations. They don't like any of. That's what you start to understand when you hear all of this bullshit. But that's not what's true. Okay?
Well,
and that's why when you said like, oh, if you ask the average person who like about immigration or deportations, they would say Trump is this and the Democrats are that. Well, yeah, but that doesn't make it reality.
Right. Exactly. But that I think we can agree that is the perception that a lot of people would have. And where does this come from? I think it stems from the media, obviously. I mean, like, you're a reasonable person. Like, I think you said something like you don't watch the news, or you don't need you don't need people to tell you what to think. I'm 100% on board with you. We can look this stuff up. You know what I mean? There's resources at our fingertips. Like, I don't need to watch the news either.
And let me be clear. When I say I don't watch the news, I mean specifically I don't watch it. Okay, like I don't turn on the news, right? Now, I read a lot, right? I read a lot of articles, right? And I make sure that those articles are coming from reputable sources, and I make sure that those sources are backed up by other sources, right? It's pretty simple. Like when, was it yesterday when that plant in Tennessee exploded? Okay, well, I have 10 different news apps on my phone, right? If all of them are reporting on this Tennessee plant exploding, I don't have to do too much research to probably believe it, right? Like, that's pretty
honestly,
simple.
I think the way we're getting our news today it's changing quickly. I think, there's a lot of news you can get on X. I mean, from reputable sources, like you said, but I don't sit around and watch CNN, MSNBC, Fox News, CBS, ABC, you go down the list. Like, it's just, to me, it seems like you're not really getting you're either watching something with some sort of political lean, either right or left. I'd rather just get the facts, and I think it's hard to do, actually.
No, it's not.
Just to
It's
get
super
straight
simple.
news.
It's so easy.
Yeah,
it's so
you
easy.
got to be careful where you get it from.
Yeah, you do.
But there was one other.
If you're getting off an X, you're already doing a really bad job.
I mean, when there's breaking news that occurs, I think you can get it quicker through X.
Yes, quicker and less accurate.
Yeah, that's I agree with you. 100%.
I don't want my news quickly. I want it accurately.
Yeah, I agree. And also I gotta say, I've seen some people like yell at you on this thing. Like, I think it's better just being able to talk and not getting, like attacking. And obviously no one's going to agree 100%, all the time. So I just want to say, like, I'm actually looking forward. I mean, I've been having fun just having kind of a friendly conversation, but,
sir, I just match energy. I just match energy. If you come up here and you want to have a good, good faith conversation about something, then that's fine. If you want to come up here and yell and scream, then guess what? I'm better at that than you. Like, that's just all it is.
It doesn't go anywhere, but I think the country is divided. I think it's important to be able to talk. There's just one quick thing, and I'll let you take another caller, man. I don't want to take up too much of your time, but I saw a video you posted this morning about Portland.
You afraid of the frogs?
Yeah, the frogs. And I think, I do think there are some issues with the city. I think the video kind of mischaracterizes some of the stuff that's going on. I think it was supposed to be satire, but I think Portland does have some problems.
Of course, Portland has problems. Every major city has problems.
Well, some more than others.
Yeah,
I feel
and
like
and if
Portland-
you want to go some more than other, Portland's real low on that list.
what's high on your list?
Well, you want to go off of like violent crime? We could be going to Memphis, Nashville, freaking. If you want to talk about states, I mean, let's talk about the states with the highest levels of gun violence, right? Like per capita,
Yeah.
Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama. Why are we not going to those places?
But there's the states, and then there's the cities in the states. Those cities that you rattled off, they are operated and controlled by Democrats, though.
Sir,
Like,
it's
they're-
not
they do-
operated. Sir, sorry. That is such a bad way to phrase things. Okay, it's a
Well, they're
disingenuous way.
controlled-
No, it's a disingenuous way to say it. It's not controlled by liberals. Okay, it's not liberals own the city and then people are allowed to just come in and live under this liberal controlled city. That's not the way things work. Okay.
It seems like the more liberal the city, though, like the more trash there is, the more graffiti, the more homelessness. There does seem to be kind of a correlation between.
No,
the two.
sir. The more people that live in a certain spot, the more likely they are to vote Democrat. The Democrats don't control the city. The voters just tend to vote more democratically in places where there's more people. Okay?
But do you think like decriminalizing, giving people no cash bail, don't you think or just letting people out of jail, don't you think that kind of
Sir, who writes
contributes
laws?
to these problems that they have?
Who writes laws?
I'm sorry?
Who writes laws?
The people that we elect. I mean, what are you talking about? Like Congress, or I mean,
Who
there
writes
are-
who writes the laws for Portland?
Well, I mean, there's different levels. There's like federal,
Mhm.
there's state.
Mhm.
There are elected bodies in these states that do pass laws.
Right. You're right. There's
Like,
elected
for example,
bodies
like
in the states that write laws.
Right.
Okay. You know
Like
who
in
doesn't
Oregon,
write laws?
In Oregon, they did decriminalize drugs. I think.
Sir, do you know who
they're
doesn't write
walking that
laws?
back now. Who does not write laws?
Cities.
I'm sorry. I don't.
Cities don't write laws. Okay.
Right, but they
So-
do put like the mayors.
No.
They do have policies that they put in place.
Sir.
Like they get to
Sir.
decide who the police chief is, and this sort of thing. So I mean,
Yes,
there
sir.
is
Sir.
some level of influence that occurs.
Sir. The laws that you don't like in these blue cities were created by red legislatures. Okay?
Yeah, but like
so when Memphis
but like,
has a
okay.
super high violent crime rate, okay, it wasn't Memphis that wrote the laws that govern that city. It was the red legislature of Tennessee that wrote those laws. Okay. And those laws don't work very well for the city of Memphis. And Memphis, okay, has elected politicians that are Democrats. Okay. Because when you put more people in a concentrated area and force people to live, work with, live within the vicinity of, work within, go to school within people of diverse, of diverse cultures, then they tend to vote more democratically because Democrats tend to be more apt to be open to other religions and races and cultures and all that sort of stuff, where Republicans want to take things back, right? So it's not a Democrat-controlled city. It's just a city. Okay, that
Yeah,
happens to vote more democratically. Okay, if those
Right,
cities
right.
thought that the Democrats were the problems, then those cities could just vote in Republicans.
But whose idea was it to like defund police or no cash bail? Like this wasn't coming from
Defund the police comes from Europe.
Yeah, but who wanted to implement it in the United States though?
Yeah, the
Like, it wasn't
left, because the
Republicans.
left looked at
Yeah,
Europe and said,
right.
"Hey, their system works a lot better than ours." Because it does.
I don't. I mean, have you been to London lately?
I lived in Europe for almost 3 years.
I visited a few times. It's changed a lot over the years, but yeah. But nonetheless, do you think that's a good idea to like no cash bail or defund the police? Like,
Defund the
do you-
police is an
that's-
excellent idea.
Really, you think so?
Yeah. If you actually
How so?
understand what defund the police is.
Well, I think the idea was you replace the police with social workers, like mental health.
You don't replace
healthcare.
the police with social workers. You implement social work within the police, right? Instead of having things within the police that are added on that help to escalate situations, you put in things that help to de-escalate. I'll give you an example. There are tons of small towns in the United States that have fucking tanks, like actual fucking tanks, personnel carriers. Okay.
Really quick though, but there were cities that like cut the budget for police, like Los Angeles. They did cut the budget. I don't know. It was like 10%. I can't
No, they
remember the
didn't.
exact number, but
The police budget actually
pretty
went
sure
up.
later on. I think I know someone in that works in like mental health care. They would show up to these. They'd get a call. They'd show up, and oftentimes they end up just calling the cops anyway.
Right, because
if
there's
there's
certain
like someone,
situations in which you need the police. There's certain situations in which you don't need the police, and there are certain situations where you need both.
yeah, I'm not against having mental health professionals going to some calls, but I wouldn't. I'm not sure the way you're characterizing is completely accurate, but
It's
I
exactly
think we're
accurate. What, sir, you're
pretty
you're
much in agreement.
characterizing the implementation of policy. Okay, I'm characterizing the stance of the policy. Okay, you're saying I think someplace it didn't work right. I'm not saying that. I'm saying, okay, that there's a certain amount, there are certain times within our system, right, where escalating situations with violence, right, with armed police officers is not always the best situation. All right, and it's understanding that sometimes, okay, we need to have, it's more important to have things like social workers in place, especially when it comes to things like mental health, right? People that know how to deal with that sort of stuff. I have a little brother who's a schizophrenic, right? When you adding an armed police officer into the situation is not helpful because my little brother is going to make very erratic behavior, okay, which can come off as violent even though he's not trying to be. All right. And so when he makes an erratic movement, all right, he is much more likely to be shot by the police, where a social worker can understand his mental health situation and then not react with violence. All right. Those are certain situations where it's just helpful to have somebody that has the ability to de-escalate situations. The police, whenever you bring armed police officers into a situation, it is 100% going to escalate the situation. Okay? Guns have never de-escalated situations. All right? That's all that defund the police says is, hey, we don't always need a gun to solve a problem.
I don't think most people would think every situation like calls for a gun, but I do know that cities did cut back funding. It's a fact.
Which city?
There were cities that did, but
Which city?
I mean, we can agree to disagree.
Sir,
Real
it doesn't
quick, last question.
it doesn't even make sense. Okay? Because that whole defund, that's why defund the police was like the dumbest saying ever, because it doesn't even make any sense. In order to actually implement these programs, you actually need more police funding. To actually accomplish defund the police, you have to fund the police more.
Right. And I think there's a lot of police departments that they're not that well trained. So they might go for their gun. If police, a lot of them, they pass, there's like some sort of physical test they have to undergo. After that, I don't know if it should be like once a year. I want a well-trained police force. I want them to be able to de-escalate. I want them also to be able to handle someone unarmed. You shouldn't always have to go for the gun, but that would require more funding. I think we're actually on the same page here.
No, it would require correct funding. Okay, it doesn't require more funding. Sure. The funding's already there in most of these cities, right? The training is not, the retainability is not, and the pay for police officers is honestly pretty fucking low. And that's mixed in with the fact that we have police unions that protect fucking police officers regardless of crimes that we do, and a court system who gives deference to police forces, right? All of those are issues, right? If we paid our police officers more so we got better qualified people, all right, trained them more so they were better qualified to handle situations, right? If we had a good part of our police force that actually wasn't armed, That would also be good. If you actually go to Europe, there's a good portion of their police force that isn't even armed. They just will they'll have little like city police that come and deal with domestic situations that aren't even armed. They don't need to be. But that also has to do with the fact that those places, generally have firearms that are illegal. So you don't have to worry about people showing up to the police unarmed, showing up to someone's house and then being shot because they don't have a gun violence problem like we do in the United States. Right? So there's all sorts of things that go into those situations. All right. But understanding defund the police actually makes sense if you actually understand it.
And I guess lastly, I don't think it's so much a gun issue because there are states like Vermont where they have very few or a lot less gun laws. They have very low crime rates. Like in the 1950s, it's pretty much every house had a gun in it. Like today, it's like 50% of households, yet we have higher rates of, I don't even like the word gun violence, or even these school shootings. So I don't know if you can just pin it all on the gun. I think we have problems.
You very easily can.
We have sick people.
It's cool. Let's just put it this way. Let's just pretend you're right. Okay? Let's just pretend that you're right. And it's a problem with people. Okay? If I take all the guns away from those people, how many mass shootings happen?
Well, but you can't.
No. I'm not asking whether you can or you can't. You said that it's not a gun thing. Like, okay, we'll go with the mental health thing, right? That we have a mental health issue in the United States. We'll go ahead and say that.
Yeah.
Okay?
Well,
If I took all the guns out of the United States, I snap my finger, all the guns are gone. Okay? How many mass shootings happen from people that are mentally disturbed?
If you wave a magical wand and all the guns disappear.
Right, I snap my fingers, they're all gone right now. How many mass shootings exist?
Right. It would drop off dramatically.
It would be zero. It would be zero mass shootings because there's nothing for the mentally ill people to use to do those mass shootings. Okay.
The problem is it's kind of like the war on drugs. Like we'll just make drugs illegal and it'll, the problem will sort itself out. It doesn't work.
I'm not making the suggestion that we do that. Okay.
Same thing with prohibition.
I'm not making the suggestion that we do
alcohol. We'll make alcohol legal. It's like people still drank. Like we can make the guns.
People still drank. Were more people drinking before prohibition or after it?
I heard some stat where it's like the drinking went up during prohibition.
That's not true at all. Okay, that is crazy. Sir, do speed limit signs do speed limit signs make more people speed or less people speed?
I heard it on the Ken Burns documentary about prohibition. So I mean, I can't verify
sir,
it. But that's what they said.
Making this saying that somehow laws don't prevent crime is ridiculous. Okay, they do. It's just a giant straw man to be like, well, we'll never stop all the shootings, so therefore we shouldn't make it illegal. That's ridiculous. Right?
But how do you explain states that have strict gun laws, like Illinois? They have pretty strict gun laws. Chicago has very strict gun laws, and then there's places like Vermont where there's virtually no gun laws. You don't even need a permit to carry a firearm, and they have very few homicides, very low crime rates. Like
because crime is usually brought on by poverty, and Vermont's a very rich state.
I think it's
Vermont's also not very populated.
Yeah, but I mean, everybody has a gun. Like, shouldn't there be?
So what? Everybody in Switzerland has a gun too.
Yeah, right.
Okay. Sir, crime happens due to poverty. Poverty is the number one driver of crime anywhere, not just in the United States, literally anywhere. Okay. Poverty is the number one driver of crime. Okay. Also, densely populated places have more crime. That is what it is. And that doesn't change no matter where you are in the entire world. Okay. If you go to London, there is more crime in London than there is in rural England. Okay.
I actually think crime drives poverty. I think you kind of got it the other way around.
Well, I'm sorry, but this is like sociology 101 that says that you're wrong. No offense, but we have shown studies of this throughout the entire history of everything. People don't commit crimes because they have everything that they need and then that makes them poor. That doesn't make any sense. People are poor and they commit crime out of necessity.
Not necessarily. Like I've
Again,
seen, like, a Foot Locker
sociology
get
101.
looted. You know, it doesn't. They didn't. It's not like Jean Valjean was hungry and he needed the loaf of bread. I've seen people do these grab and dashes, whatever it's called, in jewelry stores.
And what do they do with that
shopping
jewelry?
malls. I think some of them just wear it for fun. I mean,
No,
I'm sure a
they
lot of
sell
them
it
too.
to get money because they're poor.
So, I mean, if you're poor, you have to rob a jewelry store? I mean,
No.
like,
Are you more likely
I
to
think
rob a
sometimes-
jewelry store if you're poor or if you're rich?
I've been in both situations, and it didn't, like,
Sir,
I
are
really,
you
I've had
more
some
like,
tough times.
sir, if I can't eat today, okay? If I can't eat today, am I more likely to commit a crime so I can eat today if I can't eat today or if I already have a full fridge?
If I'm legitimately hungry, I'd steal food if I had to. But I don't
Oh,
think
you
I'd
fucking criminal.
point a
You're a
gun
pe-
at some guy. Well, I
Sir.
don't think I'd point a gun at some guy and rob his store.
You're
of
speaking from a place of
jewelry.
privilege.
Well, I mean, that's, you know, I don't think you know my situations.
I
but,
do.
Like,
I can tell by
I'm-
the way you're talking. I
I'm-
can tell by the way you're talking what your situation is.
Well, I mean, I've always been, you know, a curious person. I like to read, but it doesn't. Yeah, I mean, there have been tough times in my life, believe it or not. I mean,
There's tough times in everybody's life, sir. There is a difference in between having
more
tough
than others.
times in your life, okay, and growing up within systemic fucking poverty. Okay? Like there's a big difference from growing up middle class and having rough times in your life and growing up in a fucking ghetto or some fucking projects someplace, okay, and needing to survive where you're not you aren't given an education system that supports you, okay, whatsoever, because schools are funded by property taxes, and when you live in squalor, there's no money to go anywhere. Okay.
I mean,
when your parents are
can-
already within that system of poverty, so a lot of times they're
Look.
also criminals, right? Because
Look, I
they
can-
have
I
nowhere to
can-
go, right?
I can tell you right now, my mother divorced my father. He left. We lived in assisted housing. I mean, it was really tough, but you know, we made our way out of it. It took time. It took 10 years
Not
to recover,
everyone that's
but it can be
poor
done.
does crime.
No, I don't think so.
I
never
know
said
that. I'm not making the statement that everyone that's poor does crime.
Right.
I'm saying
I
that
didn't make that
crime
claim,
is more prevalent in places that are poor.
though. Right.
So
For
your
sure.
your anecdotal
100%.
situation of I was poor one time doesn't change that.
But you know what? What I was going to say, it was kind of an eye-opening experience. Some of those people that are poor, it is due to the decisions they make too. Like it's not like everybody's just this helpless cog in the machine. Like I think partly is societal influence, and I think part of it is the choices that you make for yourself in your life too.
Sure, of course there is sometimes, sir. There's all tons of reasons why people are poor.
Right.
None of
Right,
that
exactly, one thing.
changes. Okay, I don't know why you're going off on all these different tangents and like all these different like tentacles of shit. Like really, I don't. Okay,
Okay.
I really don't
Sorry,
know.
you know what?
Okay,
No,
through
I'm
the
sorry.
history
I'm just-
of human beings. Okay,
Yeah, I got you.
from the time that we learn to read and write. Okay, when you and live in neighborhoods, for the history of all of it. Okay, poor people tend to commit the majority of the crimes. Okay, poverty
no, we're in
drives
agreement. We're in agreement.
criminality. Okay, period. Okay, why someone is poor doesn't change that scenario. Okay, the situation that they grew up in doesn't change that scenario. Okay, whether they were poor based off their own decisions or decisions that were already they were born into doesn't change that whatsoever. Okay,
I think it's
so
a-
crime
I
is
think
going
it's
to be higher
complicated.
in poor places. Period.
For sure. I'm in 100% in agreement with you. I think it's a complicated issue. I think if you had the answer, or I mean, no one has the magic bullet that's going to fix this stuff overnight. I think it can be done. These things can be addressed. I suspect we have different ways of dealing with these problems.
There's
I think
tons
we've
of-
tried.
There's tons of different ways to deal with these problems. But I'll tell you
There's-
one.
well, I agree-
I'll
I
tell you.
agree.
I'll tell you the one way that doesn't work. There's
Yeah,
one for sure way that does not work.
I'm all ears.
Yeah, and that's taking away friggin' social safety nets from people that are already poor. Okay, when they're already in a bad situation.
I agree. I think people fall on hard times and people need help. I don't think it should be a lifestyle though, and I think for some
It's
people
not.
it is.
It's not.
Where there's people on TikTok that document their.
Not people on TikTok, because that's completely real.
Well, I know, but I mean, I do think there are people where it's just it can be disincentivizing to look for employment if you can just live in a free place forever and get free food. I do think that does kind of it can.
Neither of those things happen anywhere in the United States. Where you can live in a free place forever and get free food, that does not happen anywhere in the United States.
I think it does. I just think it should be like a fixed amount of time. Like if you can't get your shit together after like 5 years, like
it's much less than 5 years.
Yeah, well, I beg to differ, but
so you don't. That's the law.
Well, I'll tell you what. I've had a blast talking to you, man. Hopefully we can do it again one day.
Yeah, man. Have a good one.
Your show. Yeah, for sure. All right.
I didn't know it would be so easy. That's what I should have done. Like, instead of like talking about politics and all sorts of stuff online, what I should have done is just sat downstairs and pretended that I was on food stamps, and then made a whole bunch of videos about like me eating steak and stuff like that. And then like a whole bunch of people would just follow me and be like, "See, this is what's happening. Guys, this is what's happening." Anyways, y'all, please make sure you hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. We do this every day but Friday, so thank you guys so much for being here. We're going to run through a few super chats real quick. Anthony, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. Said, thank you for telling the MAGA Trumpers the facts. Thank you so much, Anthony. I appreciate that. Souza said, how is a Qatari facility inside of American base is better than a Qatari facility beside an American base? Neither of them are better. I was just making the correction that that's what it was. I'm not saying that it's better. This is not the first time we've had other countries here that had portions of our military bases. This is not the end. Like, the fact that it's Qatari is kind of weird, but like, this is not, I mean, the Germans have done it here. Like there's foreign military people that are on our military bases all across the United States. It happens right now. So, Travis says, I was muted because I defended Trump with facts. If you were muted, you wouldn't be able to send this. Or this. Or this. Cool. Frost King, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Says, I meant the first caller. You asked him about something on what was on yesterday's news program. Then he said he didn't see it. Oh, gotcha. Late, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Said this caller is full to Trump support. I think I already did that one. Oh, here we go. Okay, my hometown defunded our PD in 2010, switched to the sheriff department, and over policing went way down with them. Yeah. Oh, go figure. Go figure that these policies actually work. That's nuts. Thank you so much, Kate. And Lovely God says, caller needs to stay in his small town since big blue cities scare him. Ooh, the big liberal cities. They're coming to get you. And Zero says, Andy Griffith, the idealized 1950s cop on TV, frequently used desecration tactics. We want police to be a better trained to handle situations not violently. 100% Zero. That is very, very correct. That is very, very correct. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate y'all. Hey, y'all, I'm going to get off. I'm done for the evening. Make sure you hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button. I'll be on tomorrow at 10. So at 10 a.m. Central. So I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Love you guys. Thank you so much for the support and for the love. I hope you guys all are doing great for the rest of your day, and I'll see you guys then. All right. Bye.